Alrighty, good evening, everybody. It's 5 after 8 on a Friday. The regular crowd has shuffled in. Yes, I used that line earlier. I'm using it again. Ask me if I care. It must be time for Friday After Dark Curling here at the Potomac Curling Club. This is the next draw of the 2023 Cherry Blossom Bonspiel. These are Pool 6 and Pool 7 matchups. Our feature game, Sheet B, will be the Karl Anderson Experience versus the Rise of Broomshooter. Karl Anderson Experience will be throwing the red stones. That is skip Karl Anderson, vice Brandon Moore, second Jimmy Fallon, lead Pete Morelewicz. They're from Potomac, Belfast, and Broomstones, respectively. They will be playing the Natalie-dressed Rise of the Dinosaur, or Broomshooter, either way. Rawr! Eric Jensen, Shartosaurus Rex as the skip. Andy Hartsig, the Megalodon Vice. TJ Burlett is the Hamosaurus Rex second, and Shannon Sommers is the Triceratops. They are possibly from the Jurassic period, possibly from the Columbus Curling Club. We're not sure. Both of those teams are 1-1. They're playing to guarantee themselves a spot in some event playoffs if they win. The losers are not dead yet. They get to play one more game tomorrow morning. They could get eliminated in that game, however. As you can see, teams are shaking hands and getting ready.
All right, and we're off.
And we are off. There's stones on the ice. Not in our feature game yet, but that's okay. Other games that we'll be covering during the course of this draw on Sheet A, Tata and Cherry O throwing the Red Storms against the Canada Geese throwing yellow. The Canada Geese should probably be concerned about the dinosaurs on the next sheet over. Oh well.
Well, they are the genetic descendants.
True that.
Technically, birds are dinosaurs.
Good point.
Go ahead.
Over on Sheet C, Team Costantino will be throwing red against Team Black. You'll probably see that shot in their split screen fairly frequently. Over on Sheet D, it's Team Losar, I am told, against Board Games Weight throwing the Yellowstones. So that's who we got. My name's Alan McNeil. I'll be running our play-by-play. I'm joined on the commentary by
Keith Wood.
And
Keith wouldn't.
Keith would so. And also
I am Jamie Belfontaine.
And our operator today is
Dylan Klensky.
Alrighty.
Call him Thrillin' Dylan.
We got a 4-man booth. We haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet, but that's okay. We don't care. We're doing it anyhow.
4-man booth. I love that thing.
I know, right?
Let's rock and roll.
I saw their show at the Palace in 2017. It was awesome.
They opened for Shot Rock.
They did. All right, Pete Morelewicz is getting ready to throw the first stone of the game. It's going to be a red stone because he's on the Karl Anderson Experience, and they're throwing red stones. It's amazing how that works.
Delivery.
Pete was a member of the Potomac Curling Club for many years. He moved away, I'm going to say about 5 years ago at this point, maybe slightly more.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
From my notes here, he currently resides in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
I believe that.
He's currently a member of Gore Bay Curling Club in Ontario.
Bit of a hike.
Which is kind of weird if he lives in Fredericksburg. That's very, whatever works for him. It's all good.
Hey, I didn't write the material. I was just giving it.
That's true. The Karl Anderson Experience actually provided us with a media guide for the game, which scares me, but that's okay.
They also approached us with back rubs and offers of alcohol and bribery.
Well, the back rubs was actually the dinosaurs from Rise of Broomshooter.
Oh, that is right. That is right.
And the alcohol bribery was from the Pittsburgh team from a different drop. But it's all good. It's good to be in the booth.
It's all the same when you're in the booth.
I know, right? So the first lead stone for Rise of Broomshooter was shipped downrange by Shannon Sommers there. The Triceratops left a lovely corner guard. So 2 guards in play, nothing in the house. Karl Anderson Experience lead Pete Morelewicz getting ready to throw something remotely resembling a draw behind cover.
And according to my fact sheet here, his nickname is also Gordy Thunderstone.
Oh, is Gordy Thunderstone on our ice tonight?
Apparently Gordy Thunderstone.
Gordy Thunderstone is on our ice tonight. He just threw the second red stone.
Well, damn, man.
Which looks as though it's got the house, it's got the depth. I don't think it's going to quite bury. It did not quite bury. It's in the top 8, 10-15% exposed off the to the left of the center line. So we shall see if it gets consumed like so much greenery by Triceratops. Shannon Sommers. Actually, Triceratopses were meat eaters, weren't they?
Triceratops were vegetarians.
We're vegetarians. Okay, so I was correct. It gets eaten by so much greenery.
Wait. It's not vegetarians. It's That's for humans.
I mean,
Herbivores.
Herbivores.
Thank
which
you.
are still technically vegetarian.
I suppose
Yes.
so.
I mean,
if I'm going to nitpick, vegetarianism is a moral philosophy that I think most four-legged mammals don't subscribe to, but they eat the same diet.
have another shot. All right, the stone is on its way. The sweepers are on it. Roar! And we shall see. I don't think it. No, it looks like it's definitely going to either hit the guard. Or, no, it's going to actually swing past the guard. Might rub off it a little bit. Rubbed off it a little bit.
Yeah, improves the situation for the other red stone.
Spin it
there.
into the house. It is just touching top 12, exposed over to the right.
Yeah.
So both teams have a guard and a shot in the house. Reds is slightly better. Which brings us to Jimmy Fallon. Do we have any fun facts about Jimmy Fallon? I'm sure we do.
I do. Jimmy Fallon is from Boulder, Colorado. But now he resides in Annapolis, Maryland.
What else is in Annapolis, Maryland?
You tell me, man. I only know Virginia.
Well, we have the Naval Academy. We have, that's about it, actually.
I mean, this roads and bridges and stuff.
Well, sure.
So this was, if he was trying to draw behind the yellow guard, he did, but he did not make the house. So, little short.
Fun fact about Jimmy Fallon, he does help to run the college program at our club.
For the Naval Academy.
The Naval Academy comes out and competes from Potomac, and most recently went to a college spiel and took both first and second in the B event.
Yeah, they took a lot of, they did a lot of really well in some things. All right, TJ Burlett, the Hamosaurus Rex from Rise of Broomshooter Columbus Curling Club, throwing his first, I'll try that again, second stone. No, is it the first time? First stone of this game. Being asked to pick a guard. Looks like he did, in fact, pick a guard, but it's going to jam on his yellow and spin in behind the guards over just behind the tee line. That's in an awkward place if you happen to be yellow. If you're red, you like it.
I don't hate being red right now.
Karl Anderson asking Jimmy Fallon to put the guard back, basically. Makes sense.
Jimmy Fallon, actually a member of the Pope's Imperial Guard. Honorary position, of course.
Yes, so on my fact sheet here, I have that he's a member of two clubs, Potomac Clearing Club and Kabul Curling Club.
That is actually a real fact.
I know, all my facts are real facts.
Some of them are more real than others.
So that guard did not get in front of the stone. We'll see if Rise of Broomshooter has TJ Burlett take a crack at it. I mean, even the double is theoretically there if you want to go for it. But you could certainly hit the top one and roll over towards that other red without too much issue at all.
Yep. And
Kind of looks like that's kind of a lot of ice for that, unless he's planning for a very gentle weight hit. But
rocks have been curling today.
but not once you get up to hit weight, in my experience.
That's fair. Andrea Dubin actually told me on most hits, just a little more broom, please. And I think that's about the amount of broom that we've been looking for today.
This is actually more of a down weight than anything. So actually, that broom looks like it was about right.
Looks right on.
It's actually scarily over curling.
Yeah, there's the
That's
curl.
going to be kind of nose-ish, a little roll to the
Does
inside.
not move the way they hoped. Leaving
Pretty
red
much exposed
shot.
in the middle. Red is shot. So Karl is looking at, we're getting ready for Brandon to throw his first. Yep, we're looking for Vice Brandon Moore's introduction to the game.
I have some facts on him.
I'm
Ooh,
surprised.
tell us about Brandon.
Yeah, so he's either from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, or Ian Claire, Wisconsin. I can't tell because of the handwriting
I'm
from
going
the
to
notes.
bet Eau Claire.
I think
but
it's
yeah.
Eau Claire.
Eau Claire? I think
Definitely
it's
Eau
Eau Claire.
Claire.
Not Ian Claire. That doesn't make sense. But he also resides in Silver Spring, Maryland.
So, and he is also capable of hitting a just off nose hit on a Yellowstone and rolling partially behind cover. How do I know that? Because he just did.
Totally hate that roll.
Didn't roll quite as far as he might have liked, but it rolled far enough, probably.
Yeah. So now if you're yellow, are you really going to get the roll and outcount the red, or just bury under cover and start chipping people down?
Okay, so they had hammer this end, correct?
Someone has hammer.
Yellow has hammer.
Yellow
yes.
has hammer.
So they would love to try to get two, of course. they're in kind of a rough situation to do that at the moment. It's not hopeless yet. They've still got 4 stones to work with. But definitely first thing they got to do is they got to get the hit on this top red and have the shooter get someplace useful. I am concerned about this stone. It feels like it's already over curling to pick off the guard.
It's curling too much. It's going to crash on the guard.
It's going to crash the guard, but it's going to be a skinny crash, so it might get redirected into a useful direction, or it could get redirected into those guards and just kind of get over there, which is a horrible place if you're yellow because it cuts off any line to that red stone.
Yeah, it's not good for yellow.
Yeah.
I just have like 4 letters for that. They are ugh.
OMFG?
I mean, if that's pronounced ugh. Yeah.
So, looks like the Karl Anderson experience calling for the draw now.
So, hey, Keith, Tim Leroy says hi.
Hello.
Hello, Tim.
I also had more facts about Brandon Moore.
Oh, tell us about Brandon.
He's also a member of 2 clubs.
Everyone's a member
Potomac
of 2 clubs.
Curling Club and Regina Curling Club. Regina.
You say Regina,
so I'm told.
I say Regina, you say All right. And hey, by the way, Tim, thank you for giving me the subtle way to say, if you're out there on the live chat, like 23 of you are, because it's Friday night and you have nothing better to do.
And you're not at the club.
Feel free to join in the chat and,
Keith,
chat.
Say hi to Mindy.
Hi, Mindy.
Mindy
Carlson.
says hi. Yes, the one and only.
Yeah. Hi, Mindy.
Are we sure there's only one Mindy Carlson? There's
As
only one
far
that
as
we
I'm
care
concerned,
about.
There's
She
only
still has to sign a couple books for me. But I didn't bring them this weekend. So.
Are any of them?
Oh, you mean best-selling author?
Yes.
Mindy Carlson?
Yes.
Right. Who
of Her Dying Day?
Her Dying
Yes,
Day.
Her Dying Day.
The Amazon soon-to-be bestseller. If we have anything to say about it.
Exactly. She owes me a couple signatures.
Available,
a couple bucks.
available on Audible on Audible in voice format as well. We are told.
Most excellent for those of us who
Soon
like
to be
consume our books
soon to
by
be
ear.
available in paperback for those who insist on reading on dead trees.
Don't knock it.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying for those who want to do it, you can. However, I did ask, and she said that no, it is not available on papyrus or cuneiform tablets. So that was a useful little tap and roll over.
Yeah,
the angle
that
that I
really
have is horrible. Oh, that's a much better angle. Hey, look.
Do we have?
We do. It's right in front of you.
What a crazy idea. So
I know,
see
right?
red one, too.
I agree. Red one, too. But that yellow is not
That
in a
yellow
useless position.
starts cutting them down. So does red aggressively try to chip at that yellow? Or
Not judging from where Karl Anderson is putting his broom, he's looking like he's going to try to guard that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's got a myriad of options. A genuine myriad.
Speaking of myriad, it is SAT season.
I've heard that. And, oh, by the way, Keith, Melinda or Mindy promises that if you come to the club tomorrow, she will sign them books for you if you bring them.
Keith, you can borrow my copies to get them signed, and then you can replace them with the ones that you
I'm
have.
down with that.
All right.
Let's do that.
We've got
That
a couple
sounds
of
like
copies at
all,
home, I think.
that sounds like all complications and stuff.
And the only granite Mindy slings is curling stones.
But I'm only capable of reading on granite tablets.
If it's not etched in clay, it's not literature.
Exactly. Alrighty, Karl Anderson, who has an experience, is in the hack preparing to throw his first stone of the game.
Good to see you, man.
Mr. Durer, good curling today. Thank you for 2 good games.
Wait, you got 2 good games?
Yeah, actually,
Wow.
we had a victory this morning, and we had a very near miss this afternoon.
Excellent.
I think you
Well done.
announced it.
I did.
You saw my near miss.
I did. But you did everything you could do in that last end except make that last shot, which,
Well, you know, if you don't make the 8-foot early in the game and give them 5, you
it's a
don't
problem.
have much
Yeah,
room to
yeah.
talk.
I don't know if you saw my game, but yeah, that's kind of my game, my game story as well. So
I like this one.
they chose to draw in to a that's useful.
Yeah.
So really, about all it has done is given Eric Johnson the Shardosaurus Rex.
I'm not
Shagosaurus
sure which one
Rex.
is worse.
I'm not sure either, frankly. What he needs to be right now is a Drosaurus Rex because he needs to get into the forefoot quite nicely. I suppose he could be a Hitosaurus Rex and hit that stone out there and roll in also. It's also an option.
Yeah, I don't hate the chip in off of that. Is this short of hammer? So if you've got 2
This
stones to work with and you
Oh,
want to
no,
score
you're right. This is
2,
first. Never mind. I'm sorry. I thought it was
how
hammer.
do you get 2 if you're yellow right now?
If I'm yellow right now and I'm getting 2, first off, I ignore the fact that Alan thought it was hammer. Then, after I've done that, I probably chip off that red and try to roll to the fourth. I don't know. I'm not sure. It might be too deep to really pull that off, though. So maybe he's just playing. Well, no, he's saying hit and roll. I think.
He also did the Broomshooter earlier, so that can also take an effect in this game.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what was in the Broomshooter.
I know what was in the Broomshooter. It could take an effect on this game.
Okay, I am going to choose to believe you.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting for that, we have a score from Sheet D for their first end. Yes. Team Board Games Weights took 3.
Oh, going up early, 3-0.
And it appears that it was actually a steal of 3.
Yeah, judging from that hammer. All right, Eric Johnson taking a good long period of time to get settled in the hack here, but he's finally got that. He's finally got a decision.
You mean Karl Anderson?
No, I mean Eric Johnson because it's the other team throwing.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I messed up my notes.
Sorry. So
that was my bad.
The shot is on its way. It is definitely just a draw, not a hit. Or if it is a hit, it's an exceptionally poor hit. Sweepers are working it hard. At the moment, it's not. Well, you know, it's not going to be shot. It's not even going to be a cut down. It's a bad draw, is what it is. Bad draw. Bad draw. Bad dinosaur. No cookie. So now, Karl Anderson Express experience. Could also be the Express. I don't know. Is wondering, hey, I'm lying 3. What do? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind keeping this 3 if I can put something in to make it so that I get a 4. That wouldn't suck either. He's drawing to protect the draw line. He's guarding to protect the draw line, rather. As he slides back down the ice in his elegant red smoking jacket sort of thing. Although the jacket's not on fire, so I guess it's not a smoking jacket. It's probably a good thing it's not on fire because the fire suppression system would come on and that would make a mess.
I do actually have quite a list of his expertise.
Well, it's a long game, so, pace yourself.
Yeah. He is a member of 3 clubs. Belfast in Maine, Petersham, and Pine Tree. He's a member of 3 clubs.
That's a lot of clubs. So this guard is maybe a little hefty. They kind of wanted it top 8. I think it's going to be about top 12-ish, maybe top 8. They might be able to drag it in. They dragged it in just fine. Top 12, touch top 8. It's not enough to be a 4th point, but he really doesn't need a 4th point. Bad time to be greedy. So all this has really done is left Eric Johnson in a pickle, which, to the best of my knowledge, pickling technology was not invented during the Jurassic period, so I don't know if he knows what to do with it. Looks like he's just calling a line for a draw. Hope he does better than he did with his first draw, because the first draw was just not quite there. His front end is looming down here by the stone.
Appears steals were the theme for end number 1.
Indeed.
There was another 3-point steal over on sheet A.
You sure that's not a 4?
Looks like it's 3. And
yeah, you're right.
Here on sheet C, there was a 2-point steal.
And it looks quite possible those are going to be as much as a 3-point steal here on our feature sheet.
Yes.
We'll know in about 35 seconds because Eric Johnson is settling into the hack, preparing to throw his draw. He's hoping to take a bite of that forefoot and not let go. Mindy would like to know what time you would like to get the book signed. Mindy would like to know what time you would like to get the book signed, Keith. What time tomorrow you'd like to get the books signed. Keith will be here all day, Mindy, so come surprise him. Although I guess it matters since you're bringing the books. When are you going to be here?
I'm also bringing a Keith, so
I've
got a 10 o'clock game, and Christy's working the bar at 8, so we'll be here early.
So, Mindy, pretty much whenever is the answer to your question.
Yeah, Jamie is my hotel keeper.
Okay.
Yes,
The
yes.
draw
Welcome
is
to the Hotel Bellefontaine.
the draw is on its way, but it's
Hey, Jamie,
not
can I be
gonna-
like Michael Keaton? You can be like Michael Caine. That's a pretty good.
That is a problematic.
Michael Caine wasn't.
As draws go, that was a problem because he just gave a 4th point to the Karl Anderson experience.
Oof.
So, yeah, so steals. Having the hammer in this first end was a really bad idea because on
Wow. 1,
in
2,
some
3,
total
4 steals on 4 sheets.
4 out of 4.
And they were all multiple point steals.
Yeah, all big steals. 2 threes.
Oh, I'm
2
getting
threes and 2 out of
flashbacks
4.
from the 2:45 game.
I know, right?
I just said goodbye to my vice, who said, "It's okay, you missed the 8-foot to give them 3. I forgive you eventually."
Mindy would like to know if the 8 o'clock bar shift will be feeding people mimosas.
She will be feeding people mimosas, and she'll be feeding people free Bloody Marys and Bloody Caesar.
Hold on, wait. Gordy Thunderstone,
Gordy.
a.k.a. Pete Morelewicz, is throwing right now. I also have more fun facts.
Tell us about Gordon Thunderstone,
Sure.
the legendary.
So, did you all know that he lost a finger in a squished penny machine accident?
Well, fun fact, that penny machine is a feature at his Christmas tree farm in which he is a 3rd-generation owner.
You kind of spoiled the next. So now you got to make me stall from our next bullet point, man.
I mean,
Thanks.
you just read the next line. It's the one below the one I just said.
But now he's going to run out early.
I know you're kind of messing up my
I'm
commentary.
ruining the vibe. I'm ruining the pace.
Jeez, people.
I'm going to shut up and watch some curling, clearly.
God.
All right, so we have a center guard, which is a thing to do. And Rise of Broomshooter lead Shannon Sommers is attempting to draw around it.
And as these folks sweep, Dylan, do we want to cut and introduce ourselves?
Sure. Do we? We're not dressed in dinosaur outfits.
We are not dressed. So you see the handsome and inimitable Dylan Klinsky. On my right, we have the wonderful and lovely Alan McNeil.
Yeah, okay.
We have the spiritual and brilliant. What's your name again?
You. Yes, you, Keith.
That guy.
Not me.
Keith Wood. And I am Jamie.
He's Jamie. That's still Dylan. I'm still Alan. And there's still a stone coming down from Mr. Morelewicz.
Can I see that pronunciation?
I'm sorry?
No.
Morelewicz.
And he has
As
drawn
someone who...
into the house behind the cover in front of the tee. You could ask for more. You'd be greedy. So let's see here. Eric Johnson's asking his lead, Shannon, to maybe throw a back 8 weight, kind of a little tappy, kind of a tap on that redstone.
Just tap it in.
Tap it in.
He'd really like to kind of cross the face, tap it, roll over it a little bit.
Behind you, we're tapping some whiskey.
I heard that, saw that.
Yep, this is the Pittsburgh Bribe Whiskey.
There's very little wrong with that.
They have bribed the broadcast crew, and they've bribed the ice crew.
Yes, apparently the ice crew has their bottle back in the back there, which might explain why they were able to do those really fast scrapes.
And also why the ice is
You
tilted
also brought me
slightly
to show up
leftward.
tonight.
So
So that's on you.
The draw that was asked for ended up a little on the wide side, but it might stick in the back 12. It might, it also might not.
Well, that guy's sweeping it for
did not.
Yeah.
So it went through. So unfortunately, that's a problem.
So red without hammer, the Karl Anderson experience, has got a shot and is just going to guard it.
Yep, he has a shot. He has no beer that I'm aware of. Well, there is a red solo cup out there on the ledge, so maybe he does have a beer to go with the shot.
And 2 more further left, so.
Good point.
What does alcohol do to dinosaur physiology?
I don't know, but Karl Anderson's not the dinosaur, so it's not really a problem.
Ooh.
Well, now sounds like a good time to throw another fun fact.
Give us a fun fact about the Karl Anderson experience.
So Jimmy Fallon's nickname is Jimmy Kimmel. I don't see it.
I mean, it makes sense. Not really.
That kills me. There are a number of levels on which I back away from that.
That one doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm just reading my script. That's what announcers do.
This is why we gave him the script. It's the safest way.
This is What we do is take what we're given and repeat it uncritically.
We take what we're given as long as it's free.
PCC News Network.
Hey, newsflash! Curling's going on.
We say things.
This draw also wide and heavy, possibly not as heavy, or possibly as heavy.
Yeah, that's not going to nibble.
It doesn't matter if it's not exactly as heavy. It's heavy enough to have followed the exact same route.
Bob, this is all.
So, who's throwing? That is the Jimmy
Fallon
experience throwing again, right? Yes.
And I like the weight on this. I think this is going to come up top of the 12-foot,
which is kind of what they want. They'd like to get the other team to stop trying those draws on the logic that eventually they'll get one right.
Yep, and the hand is
actually,
up.
this is going to be a little deep. It's probably going to be a little tappy-tappy.
Yeah, and he's going to bump it back just to bury it further.
So you could consider coming at it if you come at it with enough grief and clean them both.
Enough grief? Is that a curling weight?
In my opinion,
somewhere between normal and peel is grief. We'll bring that in on Mondays. Confuse the new curlers even more.
Why not? I like inventing new words to throw at my front end when I ask them to throw because I want to keep them on their toes. It distracts them from my lousy curling.
I'm the worst for that. I will make things up. It's once you get that stream of consciousness call going.
Okay, so this was an attempt to be a little bit of an upweight, sort of a tappy, hitty kind of thing.
I think it's going to...
The sweepers are doing some sweepy. It is going to definitely do some hitty.
Triceratops
pop.
And it's not going to roll out entirely.
No.
So if I'm the Karl Anderson experience, I see the hit and squeak under. That might not jam. I think I'd be worried about the jam.
I'm worried about the jam, but if I get the hit and I get the squeak under, I'm not really that concerned about it because that stone's way back in the back and my stone's behind cover on the button. Maybe not the button, but at least in the forefoot. So I'm not too worried about the stuff going down there.
Then I vote for the squeak and the tap.
I feel like judging from the line that Brandon Moore is sitting on
and I love the weight.
Karl Anderson's broom, that's what they decided as well.
Yeah, sweepers on it,
sweepers off it faster than they were on it.
Trying to push hard because I think it's not going to give the squeak we wanted.
Nose to outside.
I don't hate it.
It's not horrible.
Because you're starting to threaten facing 4, apparently.
2.
Difficult draw.
So it's only facing 2 at the moment.
Oh, no, fair.
Down 4.
I was calling back to my earlier. But yeah, facing stones.
Facing stones, down 2. So, and having thrown at least 2 draws through the house already this game. So, not really feeling as though, hey, we know our draw weight.
Yeah. Well, Vicesaurus is throwing.
Vicesaurus is throwing a draw.
Vicelociraptor.
Vicelociraptor, that would have been good.
All right.
Why are they sweeping? This feels like it's too heavy already.
Heavy?
Yeah, it looks
trying to get a tap.
Are they trying to get a touch?
They tried to get a touch, but they didn't get it.
Yep.
This is what we in the business refer to as a problem.
Because now
the giant meteor is approaching the planet. And its name is
Ernie. According to my fact sheet, he goes by Ernie.
So the giant meteor's name is Ernie?
Yep.
Okay, I'm good with it.
The KT boundary is apparently
According to
on
my fact sheet.
I will allow
I'm just working what I'm working with.
I will allow it. You're fine.
It says it's curling sweater, so maybe that's like my curling sweater where I go by Joe, and like where Joe goes by Tony.
So what I'm hearing I was told yesterday that...
So that drew into the forefoot. Sorry to interrupt with some actual facts about the game.
No, the game is the game. But I was told I'm not yet a skip because I've not yet been admitted into the skips party. I don't have the key to the bathroom that the skips get.
We have not given him the key to the executive washroom or the little remote control that lets you control the stones. You got to earn that.
Yeah, working on it.
You'll get there. So looks like they're trying to draw, but they've had not really what we in the business refer to as good luck with draws to this point. So, yeah.
Is that a technical term? Is that a curling expression?
Which one?
Good luck.
Well, I mean, yes. I fear this may be heavy.
No.
I fear this is in the gap. I fear this is through the house. I'm a very fearful person.
And those fears were all well-founded.
I know, right? I'm being asked if the raffle tickets are selling well. Are the raffle tickets selling well?
The raffle tickets are selling well, but not well enough. So if you're listening and you're at the club, buy some raffle tickets.
Or if you're listening and not at the club, come to the club.
Come to the club.
The bar's open. The bar's open. We might even give you some of the Wiggle Pennsylvania straight bourbon because we still got half a bottle to go through, and there's really only 1.5 more days in the Bonspiel.
We may make you embarrass yourself publicly on YouTube, though. The price of whiskey.
All right, we're down to the hammer over on sheet A, so I switched over to the houses
and
view.
it is red throwing against one yellow in the back of the 4. I think, red's definitely the second shot at the moment. Yellow's already up 3-0 to Canada Geese over Tata and Cherio.
So the left side of your screen, we're looking for the nose hit to stick around.
That certainly looks like the plan.
And not crash up against that second red.
And meanwhile, you can also see the next stone coming in from the Carl Anderson experience, and I think they followed the draw line. They apparently have decided to go the way of the dinosaurs and draw through the house.
Wow. What killed the dinosaurs?
Draws through the house.
Upweight draws.
Upweight draws.
Paleontologists, you heard it here first.
That hammer is on its way over here on A.
Over on the left, you see it coming
got the
down.
hit. It does. Okay. Wow!
Oh!
Mystery bonus points.
Mystery bonus points. We expected 2, we hoped for 1, and we got 3.
Check
Tata and Canada Geese on sheet A tied
We're
up.
talking about sheet A.
After 3 ends, which is the left side of your screen.
I don't know if you can replay that, but I would love it if you could.
I'm going to try.
Sheet A.
And what we are hearing is that if you are listening and you are at the club, buy a wingspan of tickets. Find the tallest dinosaur with the biggest opposite of T-Rex arms you can find.
Curling in reverse. Cool. So it came in, it popped that. I don't know if that was the plan.
There's no way
but
that was
worked.
plan A.
That is beautiful to tie the game at 3. Tata and Cherio, Canada Geese.
I always love watching
That
rocks
is a well-played stone, sir.
pop north, back to the curler.
Well
I
played.
think we should post on social media when I won with my arm span of tickets at a different
Belfast.
curling club. Yes, at Belfast.
The Little Men's International Spiel.
I think we should post that picture to help drum up some.
Yeah.
I don't have
some
that picture, so
activity.
I can't, but oh well.
I think Jamie can dig it up. Or I can.
So we are the Rise of Broomshooter. Is he drawing again?
Everyone's drawing.
Yeah, I know.
It's like an art lesson in here.
So this time it's not heavy. It's going to overcurl. Actually, it's not overcurling. It's clear of the draw. That is actually going to work.
No, it's too heavy.
The 17th try is the charm.
And that Triceratops and dinosaurs growling
at
each other in success.
Yes.
The warm room is cheering.
The
right
warm
now.
room
That
explodes.
was a good shot.
That was well played.
Yeah,
Yellow
yeah.
made a good shot. We're ringing the bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
But nobody's ringing the bell.
Well,
But the announcers are in spirit.
Oh, the bells are going off in my head.
cheers. Night court.
Cheers.
LA
Cheers.
Lost.
That
and the
was
rest
a
of the
good
Thursday
shot.
Nights on Air.
Well made shot.
Yeah.
And at the
Beauty shot, in fact. That's an end changer and a game changer.
Yeah.
Because you're down 3, 4, and you're facing
And
this
you were
kind of
facing
house.
2, and all your draws had gone south.
Weird and wacky.
They had gone poorly.
Yep.
Some might say suboptimally.
Unoptimally, yes.
Ungood. Ungoodly.
I think bad might even be.
Bad? I might even use the word bad. It might even.
And at
So,
At the same time that all of that was happening, over on Sheet C, Team Costantino saved themselves from giving up like 4 or 5 points by just getting the 1
Very nice.
with their last draw.
that's,
nice.
I mean, that's a 5-point swing. You like it.
And on our sheet, Karl Anderson trying for essentially the same shot.
And
Sweeping hard, pounding it, and he's
way
just
light.
guarding himself.
Light,
Jimmy
light,
Fallon
light.
sweeping like the majestic Fallon he is.
But that is an inadequately it's an inadequately thrown stone. The sweepers can only do just so much.
But Fallon coming off the ice with a smile, as he does.
So looks like the Eric Johnson is planning on trying to get to the nose and
Are
sticking
we
on that red. This is hammer time,
Hammer.
boys.
All right,
So-
let's stop.
Yep.
It's hammer time.
3 or 4 shots ago, it looked like they were going to get.
Too legit to quit.
3 or 4 shots ago, it looked like they were going to get obliterated by the meteor. They managed to have some ever apparently deploy the dinosaur defense system.
Well, that is just a T-Rex with a really big baseball bat.
Perfectly adequate for the situation.
So I just
So-
see the straight hit stick around.
That is what he appears to be doing. I feel like he's maybe asking for a little bit more swing than he's likely to get.
I think it's a downweight shot. I think just the not quite entirely a draw here works for them.
Well, yeah, except they've thrown on this line 3 times earlier in this end, and all 3 of them went through the gap there. None of them came back enough, so I'm concerned that that's not going to be a thing. What are you guys doing behind me?
It doesn't involve you.
Okay, good.
We all love Alan McNeil.
And I bet I don't. No, you don't. It's okay. All right, so the draw is on its way.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I did, just now.
Incorrect.
The draw is on its way.
Incorrect.
I have no idea what's happening because there are 2 butts between me and the stone. Does anybody have an angle to see what's happening?
None of the butts
I
are
can't.
ours.
This looks really
This
good.
looks really hot.
Good.
This looks
Okay,
really hot.
good.
In a good way. Hot, like
Yeah, it
sexy
looks
hot.
good.
Not
It
Hot
looks
like Bam. Hot like Bam.
Yeah,
Both the buttons
that
scored
was a
2.
good shot.
Rise of the Broomshooters. It is the rise of the dinosaurs. John Hammond is about to make $1 million.
That's worthy of a bell ring.
They have
Life-
not.
I'm ringing the bell.
Life finds a way.
They have not turned into
Isn't
petroleum
that like
quite
a
yet.
Britney Spears? Ring the bell, ring my bell. Who did that?
I don't think that was
Madonna?
Britney Spears.
Madonna?
I feel like it was from a long
I
time
think you're
before.
old.
It's not Madonna.
I am old.
It's also
You
not
know that.
Madonna.
Ring my bell.
Okay, we're going to.
No, we're going to make this a mid-game quiz.
Mid-game
First
quiz.
person on
First
the YouTube
person-
who can
yes,
successfully
exactly.
identify and
Whatever
then comes
the hell
then
Keith is
comes
singing.
to the curling club tomorrow. I will buy you $5 worth of raffle tickets. The
Oh.
first person who
Oh.
successfully identifies
Alan McNeil.
Well, that'll be me.
well, yeah, but you have to type it on the YouTube chat. First one in, and you have to be willing to come to the club tomorrow.
I'm
and
too
I will
lazy
buy
for
you
that.
$5 worth of raffle tickets.
But using Spotify
Ring
is against
that
the
bell.
rules.
I'll match that donation, so we can double that. I think it's Britney Spears. Maybe.
The song is Ring My Bell?
The
Ring
song
My
is
Bell.
Ring My Bell.
Or the
Ring My
lyric
Bell.
is Ring My Bell?
I'm pretty sure it's all both.
Do you remember
actually.
that weird movie that?
Ring my bell.
It is an old
Ring
song.
my bell.
Oh, yeah. No, you're like so far from Britney Spears.
It's because I need to know the answer.
Spared no expense.
I don't.
But
I want to know the answer.
But it was like in that Denzel Washington movie where he was like the only dude left in the world.
Wow. Yeah. Not even.
Yeah,
not even
no,
kind of
no.
close.
I mean, you're.
We will
at
give you a
least
hint.
3
It is
decades
not
off.
Britney Spears.
Well, show me.
No.
He was in that movie with the dude with Denzel Washington where he's the only dude left.
So,
I believe
No.
you, but Britney Spears didn't do it there either.
Dylan,
No.
do we have a chance?
No, that's not
Can
it.
we legally include music in the stream?
Don't ask me.
All right.
I'm not a lawyer.
Another question for our lawyers and Mr. Ken.
Let's not, so that there's no chance of the YouTube stream getting taken down by the algorithm.
Yes.
Yes, fear the algorithm.
Yes, I'm not a lawyer. I just work for them.
You play one on TV.
I played one on TV once, but it was public access cable, so it probably doesn't count.
Oh, TV is TV. Rots your brain the same.
And nobody has even tried yet, much less one. What's up? What's up?
We've been told to dial down the excitement.
Hi, who?
Someone called in and said we could get excited on the screen.
Okay. Oh, that excitement. Okay.
All right. We have been quietly asked to moderate our volume, and we shall do so.
Fine.
Our excitement is naturally at a high right now. However, we'll control our voices.
We'll always try to keep the decibels under about 90.
Yeah. So we've got these little green, yellow, and red lights, so we should keep it to the green.
I mean, I don't think we've been anywhere close to the yellow yet.
Well,
apparently some of the roars are coming across.
Yeah. I think I may be the guilty party here because
probably not
the
the
bartender came directly to me to ask this.
You were also the available person. But
Usually.
We will dual.
We'll dual dial.
So there's a Yellowstone at the top of the 12. The
I
Karl
like the way
Anderson
that's in.
experience
I like the way
is
that's touching.
coming a little bit deeper behind their guard too. Well, actually, it's not really behind their guard because of the curl. Didn't quite get enough to be buried. That's okay. So still, nobody on the YouTube chat has taken up our... Oh, there we go. We have a winner.
Winner. Lisa
winner.
Andrew.
Lisa Andrew.
Naturally.
All right. Find me at the club.
Savvy and awesome.
Find me at the club tomorrow. I will get you your $5 of
And
raffle
the
tickets.
correct answer is, of course, Anita Ward.
I'm playing at the 1:15 game, so I'll be here by 12:30 or so. And I have no idea how long I'll be here this afternoon, but find me anytime during that time, and I will get you your raffle tickets.
We have a problem here.
That did not go as intended, especially if it's going to be behind the guards.
Oh, no.
But it is also going to be behind the tee.
You know what? 4 words in curling that keep coming up. I don't hate it.
Most
I'm yellow,
skips
I
half
hate
the
it.
time.
If I'm yellow, I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
Which
If I'm
yellow is yellow's who did that.
Yellow made that happen?
Yellow made that happen.
I turned around for a hot second.
That'll teach you.
Can I also add a fun fact?
Ooh, fun facts. I love fun facts. What's the next fun fact, Keith?
He's a physics professor
Who?
at the U.S. Naval Academy, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. That's
Fallon.
actually a
So,
truthful fact.
Jimmy Fallon and I were driving up to Pittsburgh one time, and we saw a truck with a thing on the back. And it was a bunch of tubes in a bunch of other tubes. And we all looked at that and went, what the heck is that thing? And he said, oh, that's an intercooler for a nuclear plant.
He just knew that.
And he just knew that.
That is slightly
And then the
worrisome.
next hour of the drive was Jimmy Fallon explaining how nuclear power plants work to us.
Well, sure.
And also nuclear submarines, which
Have nuclear
I was
power plants.
terrified about being in a nuclear submarine before. Now I'm even more terrified.
So you've also attended Saturday mornings.
I have.
Kevin White used to also test nuclear energy labs. So
Yeah.
similar conversation.
And explains that faint glow he puts off.
Potomac
frequently.
Curling Club has the best ice because we have insanely intelligent people here.
We have
And the
more
rest of us idiots.
We have more PhDs as a percentage of our membership than any club that used to be in the USCA.
Ooh. I like it.
Pop,
And I
pop,
like
fizz.
that hit. I don't love the jam, but I like the way it moves.
I don't mind the jam, and I love the roll.
Yeah.
That's second shot out over there. So
Yeah.
if they can deal with that red on the tee, basically, that they're actually become sitting too. It's not.
Yeah.
That red is still vexing.
And Jimmy Nuclear Fallon is just going to drop a guard in place. All right, we see a Triceratops running in, sliding down, and grabbing her stone.
Yeah. grabbing her Vice's stone.
Her Vice's stone. Grab it. Well, you know.
I wonder what kind of Vice's...
we share stones here.
I wonder what kind of Vice's dinosaurs have.
Oh, I feel like I'm being set up for something.
The
Anyone want to grab that?
Viceratops.
I like the Viceratops.
I mean, we got to go like Kung Fury.
Yeah.
That's kind
Are
of
we talking Vices as in like Miami Vice?
Ceratops.
I mean, I was, but I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah. No, we're going
None
in
of
a
us
whole
know
other
what we're
direction.
doing, man.
Viceratops is good, but yeah, like do dinosaurs, I don't know, like snort meteorites?
I mean, that wasn't where I was going, but sure, why not?
Okay. Took it to 10, didn't I?
No, you left it about 8. It's fine. We're at 8, but it's still, it's okay.
And that is not horrible or I don't hate it. And the two worst words in curling are, it's fine. If your skip ever says it's fine to you, it's like your partner saying it's fine to you.
Yeah, especially through gritted teeth.
It is not fine. Fun fact, I once had a skip tie his shoelaces in rage.
What?
Yo,
Unless you curl with me, man, because I don't care.
Oh, hey, remember how we were saying if they dealt with that stone on the button?
Oh, beautiful draw. And now it's extremely
And now I have to go to
hittable.
more fun facts.
I don't know which of those stones he
Oh,
shot.
shit.
That's a fun fact. Party foul. Whoa.
Lots of party fouls over there.
I'm getting out of this. Hits it down. All right. Brandon Morse in the hack, sliding out, and cue the fun fact. I cued the fun fact. He didn't say the fun fact.
He missed his cue.
Missed.
Stone is on its way. They're trying to peel a guard. Oh, they were actually trying to peel. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That could have worked in a couple of ways. It didn't work in. Peeled a guard.
There are many, many ways that could have gone better.
Yes, but there were also some that could have gone worse. So, the interesting question that I have if I'm yellow is, do I feel like I can get to a tap of the last one that I just threw? Because it looks like it's hard frozen on that red. So if he taps that yellow,
If he hits that
taps
with
that
any
red.
kind of power, yeah,
Yeah,
that just drives the red out, right?
Well, I don't know if I don't know if he can get there with enough power to get the red all the way out, but he can probably get it out of the forefoot.
I mean, really, he only has to move it, especially if he can stick on that yellow stone. He's only got to move it a foot.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to figure out if there was a way he could activate that stone that he's got as the currently third shot out there in the 12-foot.
Yeah.
But that's asking a lot.
That's a lot of back and forth.
I think that's I think that's demanding. Looks like they are just kind of doing a draw, or maybe even thinking about a guard. I don't know there's excitement in the back of the warm room. I don't know why.
Sweet 16.
Who's playing who?
College teams. And for those of us who actually care,
So
looks like San Diego State and Alabama. Alabama ranked 1.
Okay. So you remember how last end they had a problem with a lot of draws being heavy and kind of going through a port?
Yeah.
It's back.
Deja vu all over again.
Now, admittedly, it worked out for him all right in the end last end. So, but. Karl looking at Brandon, trying to figure out what he wants him to do. I think he wants to peel that one other guard. There's hand signals going on over my head, and I don't know where.
I'm trying to get attention of our fun fact person.
Brandon's stone is on its way. Am I over curling? Oh yeah, I am over curling.
Yeah,
I'm on that red. I'm on that red chip.
All right.
Chip,
while
chip.
those roll away, Keith, do we have any other fun facts?
Not at the moment, man.
All right.
All right. So,
Fun fact, all chickens are technically dinosaurs. in the old view of establishing species, all species were different and there was a hierarchy. Now, any species that evolved from another species is technically the progenitor species as well.
Says who?
Biologists. And I've learned not to argue with biologists because my wife is one of them.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Now, I object to the fact that people say chickens are dinosaurs. However, there's an argument to be made thereby.
All right, well, I mean, you get little breaded ones that are shaped like dinosaurs. That counts, right?
Dude,
So
that was like the third scene in Jurassic Park.
The
Where the little kid is like,
yeah.
where what's his face is like, and the little punk kid is like, oh, dinosaurs are chickens.
Are turkeys.
Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, and that's the fun thing about Jurassic Park is that apparently now our theme is dinosaurs. The velociraptors in Jurassic Park were actually Utah raptors. Velociraptors were no bigger than extremely large turkeys, and in the book, that's what made it interesting. They hunted in packs.
but that was probably a lot harder to do with the CGI.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum made Jurassic Park interesting to me.
Absolutely.
So. All right,
Absolutely.
so hey, there's some games that have finished the third end.
Here we
over
go.
on sheet A, Red stole one to go up 4-3, and on sheet D, Yellow took one to go up 4-2. The Ford Games weight over Team Luzaire. So the draw, they're trying to do the tap draw that we were discussing. They're on the right line. Did they bring the weight?
Oh, not the weight,
Not
but I like
quite,
the tap.
But on the other hand, they're building towards it.
That did push it. So Yellow is definitely shot now.
Yeah.
Yellow
is
shot.
definitely shot. Red is 2. Yellow is 3. And actually 4. And actually 5, now that I'm looking at it.
Yep.
So if Yellow could get rid of that red that's on the back of the button right now, they're looking at a largish number.
Yeah. Which in curling is generally a good thing.
Almost always.
Yeah.
As someone said to me once, if you score more points than your other team, you're going to win.
Usually. I haven't found that exception, but that does not mean it does not exist.
I'm sure it exists, but I'm not aware of
and over on... Oh, we can't see it, so I will shut up about it.
What?
Oh, over on sheet A, a beautiful little draw between guards to sit, if not shot, a close second.
Shot. So Karl Anderson taking a look at the, frankly, he's kind of up again it to a large degree right now because there's not really a draw to the button to speak of, and he can't, if he pounds into the 2 yellows himself, he's going to lose his red, and he's not going to do a thing.
We got to change it up a little bit. I have another fun fact about Karl Anderson. He's a corn maze snob.
Oh, aren't we all?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, there's corn mazes and then
that's
there's
what's
corn
written
mazes.
here. That's what I was given.
So, I mean, you know.
He likes corn mazes.
There's, well, yeah, and he's a snob about it. I mean, there's corn mazes that are good and fun, and there's corn mazes that are like, why am I here?
Well, especially in like March or April when the corn's only like a foot off the ground.
Pretty sure that doesn't count as a corn maze.
Well, you know,
it might
people
count as
try
a.
to sell
Hopefully he can maze it through this little snake.
Well, he's certainly trying to thread the needle to change the metaphor slightly.
And I kind of wonder, Alan, is this just he's happy with the force?
He didn't quite make it through that corn maze.
He did not make it through this corn maze.
He got lost in the middle and had to be saved by the lifeguards, if there's a lifeguard in your corn maze.
There we go.
I'm not sure if lifeguard is the correct term.
Lifeguards in the corn maze.
I feel like that should be the next book Mindy writes.
Ooh. Yes. You mean best-selling author Mindy Carlson?
I do mean best-selling
author of Her
Dying Day. Available on Amazon and Audible
and
paperback and hardback and all of that sort of
stores that sell things physically that allow you to look at them. and input words into your own brain via your eyes.
I am also told Barnes & Noble.
Well, I remember them. Speaking of dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. I believe they still exist,
Well, you know.
technically.
Have you ever seen an emu? So
There
do
are chances
dinosaurs.
of.
I have eaten emu.
You've eaten an emu?
Yes.
How do they taste?
Very good in a stew. Otherwise, it's very dry.
Really? Like emu stew?
Stewed
Yes.
Are you
emu.
lining this up for something? Or
No,
I feel like that
I
needs
am
to be-
are you
actually telling
deadpanning us?
I
with
feel
emu
like
stew?
that
Gentlemen,
needs.
let's watch
I,
the shot.
I feel like that needs to be on
All
the
right,
menu.
Alan calling us to watch the shot.
That wasn't me. That was Keith.
Oh,
but
Keith calling
Keith
us to
is
watch
right.
the shot and
Eric
correctly
Johnson.
doing
So
so.
they're
Eric
attempting
Johnson
to
coming in.
tap hit. It's
I
wide.
love it. No,
I don't. Well,
it
actually,
doesn't.
I do.
Oh!
There it is.
Okay.
Push it back.
I
2
thought I
feet is
didn't,
all
but
That
they
was
do.
his
want.
plan.
All
D.
along.
He might have wanted to hit it a little more nosy, so his
No,
his
he was
stone
actually
stuck.
going for a draw.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he might have wanted to draw a little more nose, so his stone stuck there. Is all I'm saying
And
there.
Mindy,
But
if you're going to write a murder mystery about this sport, what about the Iceman Kurlith?
I mean, legit point, and you know, then she needs to workshop that a little bit, but it's okay.
We'll get there.
Frostman.
Frostman?
You gotta go. It also rhymes with shit. The Frostman.
All right. I think. Well, it's her book, so you know.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
trying
true.
to. I'm not trying to write someone else's title.
Yeah, no, good call. Okay, are we on the hammer? Hey, we're on the hammer.
We are on the hammer.
It is hammer time here.
Thank
in
you,
the third
Alan,
end
for
on B.
keeping us on track.
Yeah, right. I'm doing a
late
wonderful
at night
job.
on a Friday evening.
I'm keeping this on track, much like an Amtrak that just tipped over.
Oh man, welcome to Ohio.
We are vaguely near a track. A track may have been involved at some point.
Well, we are very attractive.
Ba-dum-bum. All right, so if I was Karl Anderson and I had an experience, I
Or
would
Ernie.
attempt, or Ernie,
That experience would be.
I'm facing 2.
Yeah, that's a nasty too.
I could try to draw and grab the button, but my success area there is like, 3 square inches.
But you
That's
also
not
can't punch
great.
out all those yellows.
Yeah.
Well, there is a gap. It's not a hard freeze. There is a gap, so you could get some
I
action.
like the draw.
However, the hit probably jams on
I
that
don't
red in
think
the
you
back,
can
so I don't
punch
think
those
I don't
two
think you get
yellows
the
out.
I don't think you get the job done. I think I
Agreed
agree
on the
with you.
hit. The
I
hit
think-
just.
So he's trying
Yeah.
to draw. I mean, even if he only gets past that top one and gives up 1, not great. Doesn't
Mindy,
suck.
with a lukewarm appreciation of my terrible title, I will continue to not be an author.
Did she say it's fine?
Basically, yes.
You should have said it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's 4 words, and they're not. I don't hate it, but
All right, so we're getting ready to do something sort of drawish. Karl Anderson in his hat, attempting to enter the dinosaur's den, and if not enough dinosaurs had dens, or if they lived in the living room, whatever. But attempting to draw to the button, or at least to the 4-foot.
and Jimmy sweeping it hard.
He feels kind of wide to me at the moment, or is he kind of in? No, he's not in offing. Never mind. It's cutting in now. Here it comes.
cutting,
but I
it's
think
cutting.
the sweep that
It's-
they had
I
to
think
do,
it's
I
too heavy.
feel it's
I don't hate.
Oh,
no.
tappy.
Nice.
Cuts it down
Cuts
to
it
1.
down to
Does
1
cut
though.
successfully down to 1. We do get a 1 from
Yeah.
a steal of 1 from yellow. That
That was a good shot. That was a good end.
I think
That
he
was
got
a
away
fun-
with that. That was a fun end.
Yeah.
I think Karl got away with that. I don't think that was.
Huh?
I think he got away with it, but
Yeah.
he's like,
Because if
okay.
that didn't tick, that had enough energy just to go right on.
Okay,
through,
so
right?
so yeah, easily. So Brides of Broomshooter gets 1, so we'll do a little more quietly.
Oh, speaking of Karl, another
Speaking
fun
of Karl.
fact. Did you know that Karl is allergic to carbonated water?
No, I did not.
I didn't either. I don't write this shit. I'm just giving
So I'm
it.
gonna bet that SodaStream is not a sponsor of his team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he doesn't get a carbonated alcoholic beverage this evening.
That was not us.
Correct. That was
Whoa!
the pickup.
Shannon Sommers
From
kind
the
of
ice.
fell on her delivery there, but she's kind of done that every single delivery of this game. So, must be her thing. Although it looks like she's going to get a center guard out of it, unless it hogs. Okay, the sweeper's got her over the hog, so good to go.
can we get updates on other sheets?
Let's update other sheets.
What
Shall
sheets do
we
you want to update?
pull
we have
it
a
up?
third end score on C, yellow 2. So they are up 4-1. That would be Team Black over Team Costantino.
Mr. Dillon, can we get the view of all 4 sheets for this one to contextualize it?
Alrighty.
And let's go left to right.
Let's go left to right. All right, sheet A. We are in the 4th end. We are well into the 4th end. We're actually on skip stones there.
Oh.
Currently, Tata
should
and
stick
Cheerio is red. Canada Geese is down 4-3. There are 2 red stones on the button at the moment. So, yeah.
We know what's going on.
You know what's going on
sheet
on B. We've been trying to sort of kind of keep you up to date on that. Team Black is in the 4th end. They're still working their way through, it looks like, Vice stones. Black is up 4-1 over Costantino. Black currently has 2 in the house. 2. And over on D, Board Games weight is up 4-2 in the 4th end. Is this the hammer? This is the hammer coming down on D on the 4th end, actually. So it is the red hammer drawing against 3. So we're going to stick with this while we wait and see what's coming in. The stone's just coming over the hog now. They're trying to sweep it past the guard. They did not get past the guard. They ticked off yellow. 1, 2, 3 makes 7. 7-4 after 4 on sheet D. So that's your game state update.
And if you're at all curious, which I'm sure you all are, there's still basketball going on.
On the plus side, it's almost over.
Yeah, they're down by at least, what, half, right?
Well, I mean, this is like this Friday of the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, so there's only like another week.
Okay.
And then the NBA playoffs start, which go on like forever.
Much like the NHL. Everyone gets in.
Yes, but I like the NHL playoffs because my team's going to do well this year.
Oh, who's your team?
I was born in Boston.
Oh.
So I have an unhealthy relationship with all Boston sports teams.
Most of them are.
It's been very nice the last 20 years or so, but
And a good sweep and a beautiful
oh,
weight.
wow,
and
that
Jimmy just
did
going
a
to sneak
severe
that one
cut.
by.
How did they arrange for that pick?
Nice shot,
What
Pete
you didn't
Morelewicz.
see on the camera is a fruit fly actually ducked between those 2 stones and was crushed as the stone passed.
I also think, since that was
Is
a
that the
very
one that we
nice
get the
shot
DNA sample
by
from?
Pete, I think it's time for another fun fact.
Give us a fun fact about Pete.
A fun Wolowitz fact?
Yes. So a fun fact about Pete, he once curled in an ice cave in Idaho.
I don't believe you.
I do, because that is actually a thing.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What the? I think I need to unpack this. I'll be back.
I somewhat believe Pete. Alan has more faith than I do.
I actually know the facts behind this.
Okay. So what's an ice cave, and why is it not
an
out?
ice cave is pretty much exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
It is a cave that is naturally cold because of its location and everything. And in the before refrigeration stuff, they used to keep ice in it so that they would have ice available for cooling stuff in the summer. It's not as necessary now as it used to be because we got like Freon and stuff.
Yeah.
But
in either 100 or 6 years, it may become relevant again.
Sure. But so there is a cave in somewhere out in the west.
Idaho.
Probably. That they set up because it was nicely sized and had a nice flat floor because they kept the ice in and everything. So and it was designed to keep stuff cold. So they lay a curling sheet in there.
What a great excuse for curling.
I know, right?
Mr. Wood.
So
We're
this
doing
stone,
cheers.
this stone reversed its
We are
handle,
toasting.
but I don't have any toast.
Would you like some toast?
You can have some toast.
Feels like a Rocky Horror moment right here.
We just did a cheers where everybody knows your name.
If people start throwing rice, I'm out.
Me too, because that gets all over your curling shoes, and then, then it gets in the ice, and then you don't want to see Eric
And
Clausen
then
when he's
Eric
angry.
Clausen murders.
Oh
you.
yeah, and you don't want to see Eric Clausen angry.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him mildly peeved once, and that was enough.
Wow. I don't want to imagine that.
So the dinosaurs are attempting to sweep this stone in.
They are
They're
dragging
doing
it
a
hard.
really good job. They're dragging it like
The
it's nobody's business.
Triceratops who butts.
That was some good sweep.
It was. I don't think they got it as far as. Well, you know, I don't hate it. I don't
But
love
if
it, but I don't
if
hate
I'm
it.
the Rise of Broomshooters, I see 2 red stones buried firmly under 2 yellow rocks.
Yeah, but
3 yellow rocks. In
But I
fact.
also see that yellow stone that's closest to the center line is a really flipping good raise candidate right now.
This is this next level skipping that I need to learn before I get the bathroom.
Pretty
key,
much,
isn't it?
yeah.
I also have to throw in another fact because
Fun fact.
gotta make up
with
time.
That's what we're paying for it, yeah, right.
Wood.
Yep. So Jimmy Fallon is a physics professor, or was, or is, I don't know. It hasn't clarified is or was, but a physics professor at the United States Naval Academy.
Okay, so I hate to break it to you. You did that
We
one
did
already?
that one already. And fun fact, he used to be a physics professor. He still is, but he used to be too.
Well, if we've done that already, can you guess his favorite popcorn topping?
Popcorn topping? Like thing on popcorn.
That's what my fact sheet.
Jimmy Fallon doesn't strike me as a ranch kind of guy.
No, I'm going to go caramel.
Think more salty.
I'm thinking
Salt?
like white cheddar or salt and vinegar. Salt and vinegar.
Salty. Think more seafoody.
Old Bay?
Ooh, that's a good pick for an Annapolitan.
So my fact sheet says sardines.
Jimmy Fallon likes
Favorite
sardines.
popcorn
On
topping
popcorn.
sardines.
I knew I liked
How
and
do you-
respected that man, but
how
I
do
don't
you
know
do
how
that?
you salt.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
grind up the sardines?
These are the notes I was given. I have not.
These are the
fact-checked.
notes you know. These are the notes you know.
Wow,
Hey,
I've
look
seen
at
a
this.
Hall reference.
While we are talking
Wow,
about
Mr. McNeil.
sardines, I'm not
Nice
just
shot,
another. I'm not just
yellow.
another pretty face.
These are the Daves I know.
So
These
the,
are the Daves I know.
Rise of the Broomshooter Vice, Megalodon Andy Hartsig just did a very, very, very nice draw
Yes.
into the back of the 4-foot, mostly covered behind by the guards out in front, and actually in such a way that, yeah, okay, even if you hit the exposed part that you got, it's going to jam on that red in
I
the
was
back.
about to
So
ask,
that's
as a Skip's question, if I come after that, that just jams.
Probably.
You spill.
yeah, it's
but-
not really a great. I mean, you got to. If it's going to take 2 stones to get it out.
Okay.
And we just got a dinosaur thumbs up.
Dinosaur thumbs up.
Dinosaur thumbs up.
We approve of that stone.
Yes, we approve of that stone.
Unlike
And
the meteor,
although it's
which was
getting
also
fun-
a very
so
hot stone.
as we see, it taps and it jams.
However,
The red
nope,
is now
that's
shot.
Still, that doesn't count if you look on the northwest of your screen. That shot is 3rd now.
Yep, I believe it is 1 red.
Yep.
Right. However, it's that red is totally exposed. It's very easy to get to the inner corner of it, so it'd be quite simple. I feel like T might not be enough for the job, but he disagrees with me, and he's allowed to do that. He is a skip and a dinosaur, so I ain't crossing him.
Yeah. He will.
So all he has to do is slightly cross the nose of that red stone, tap that back. He'll sit on the left-hand side of the button, and if he taps that red back far enough, he'll be sitting 2, and good luck getting at that, Karl Anderson.
So if we consider that the dinosaurs went extinct due to a very poorly thrown curling stone?
We believe, we determined that earlier. The dinosaurs went extinct,
I
because
also
of heavy
kind
draws
of
through the
enabled
house.
them a little bit with some liquid courage,
Ah.
so that may also affect their game because I'm friends with the dinosaurs.
At the moment, they're curling quite well. So
They are. And I like
although
this needs
that
to
whole
move
thing about
quite a
heavy
lot.
draws is, well, you know what? It
Needs to
just
move.
came quite a lot.
Oh, sorry, we're not going to yell. We apologize.
So yeah,
Nice
well,
shot.
we're not going to
Was.
roar. We can. Oh.
I'm going to just turn my volume down so I can go, nice shot. And then
That
I'll
was a
turn
good
myself
shot,
back
yeah.
up.
Now, unfortunately, it did not cross the nose, so it did not roll under cover. It did get across enough to get the hit, which is fine and lovely. But now Karl gets to ask Brandon to try to do that.
Yeah. And at this level of curling, if you leave it exposed, this isn't your under 5 tournament where packing it into the house just works.
Yeah.
Speaking
You actually
of
have to think about the next couple shots.
Brandon,
I don't know.
Oh, tell us about Brandon.
Another fun fact.
Yeah?
So he actually used to curl righty,
He used to
but
what?
he switched in 2012
Oh,
after losing a bet.
righty.
After
And
losing
now
a
he
bet.
throws lefty.
I don't know any details about that bet, but to me that's an interesting.
Well, I just saw him throw with his left hand.
Yeah.
Speaking of hands,
It's not coming back all the way yet. It's
Karl
not crossing yet.
Yeah,
He's going to get the
chip it in,
hit
but that,
and kisses that. Oh, that actually was enough kiss
that
to.
does enough to drive it out, and now
And
Red's
Red
other shot
flying
is sitting too.
That was just enough of a kiss off on that yellow. I'm not sure kiss off is the right word there, but I'm using it.
I like kiss off.
I'm going to go with it.
I like the fact that the stone in play almost doesn't matter. It's the second stone that is going to determine the game here, or the end at least.
Or at least it's going to determine who gets 2. This being the 4th end, either team is going to be happy if they get 1.
Yeah.
The Rise of Broomshooter is going to be happy because they were down 4-0 after 1 and they climbed back 4-4 at the half. That's a heck of a comeback.
Yeah.
Karl Anderson would be happy if he gets the 1. He's up 5-3 at the half, and stopped the bleeding.
Yeah. But also, Alan, now I have "These Are the Daves I Know" stuck in my head.
No problem.
And I will never forgive you.
You may not crush my head.
Well, I might pinch your face.
That's a whole other problem.
And if you are similarly a fan of early 90s Canadian sketch comedy, tune in.
Who actually
In the chat.
did a comeback briefly last year. They did a couple of shows on, what streaming service was it?
One of them. Amazon.
Was it Amazon? I think
was,
it was.
yeah.
It didn't last long.
No, it wouldn't have. Letterkenny came in and said, "No, we're the Canadian funny now."
Yeah. And unfortunately, Kids in the Halls, there's a lot of comedy from back when I was young that just doesn't work
age
anymore.
well, no. Time and a place. Buddy Cole, probably like Blazing Saddles, couldn't get made these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, I keep trying to get you to go to Columbus with me so
What's
we can
in
play with
Columbus?
Eric Johnson, who's the skip, the dinosaur skip on this.
Yep.
Hey, if you're going to curl, I'll curl with you. Standing off.
I'm getting there.
All right.
I drove here today.
Keith Wood, my
I'm starting to
very
get there.
first Bonspiel, approached me on a Saturday morning breakfast experience and said, "Come to Maine." And I said, "Cool, let's go."
All right. This draw is beautiful.
Love it. Not
Did it
quite
give it-
enough.
Yes, quite enough.
Oh, yes, quite
Oh.
enough. Easier to see from on top than my perspective, but
It's one yellow from
we
my
now
perspective.
have first skips stone for the Karl Anderson experience.
Who has hammer this end?
Yes.
Yes, that is a true statement. And we have a confusing house, I believe is the best way to refer to the house.
And hello to Liz A.
That'd be Lizandro, I assume. No? Lisa? Yeah, Lisa Andrews said hi, Mom, or hi, Liz.
Fair
Somebody-
to assume that
Liz said hi,
is-
Mom, so yeah, I'm guessing that we got that. I'm guessing that that's who those are.
Well, hello, Liz.
So what's Karl got in mind?
Looks like a straight hit.
Yeah, you gotta
Possibly
take that
to
out.
move over.
Twice, yeah, cross the nose a little bit, flop
Yeah.
in, makes perfect sense to me. I'm good
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
And I love the word flop to describe that action.
Well, I mean,
because
it's
it really works.
it's actually what you call it. It's a flop
Oh,
shot.
no. Oh. Agreed.
That is the very definition of the term.
I think he should be about 6 inches over for his broom, but that's just me.
It depends on how hard he's planning
I
on
think he wants to
throwing
give it
it.
some weight. I don't think he minds
He
nosing it.
threw way wide.
Oh, and he threw up his hand and went, "Whatever happens,
Oh,
happens."
yep.
He threw
Que
that
sera.
way wide. Is he going to
Sera.
get past that guard? Yes, he is.
Oh, no, he's going to jam something.
And
oh,
chip
no,
that.
despite himself.
That was unexpectedly
Nice.
effective.
That works.
That is the second time we've seen the weird wow.
All right,
Okay,
I need a
guess that
second. I need a
works.
second to digest what that did. Okay.
That works.
Red is shot in the 8-foot over to the left, pretty well hidden. I mean, let's just say hidden.
And I would not. It's hard to tell second and third shot.
There's a measure going on sheet C.
There's a measure on C.
Didn't catch if it's for extra points or if it's for shot.
To be
'Cause they already
fair-
cleared out everything else. But it definitely looks like it's red.
Red got whatever it's going to get, so they're
And
this.
Either
Sean
that's a
Hali
Cut
with the
down of
measurement.
Team Black, or that's. We'll see. Again, I did not see.
Yeah. One of the fun things that
Where
we're
everything
trying
else
to
was
do on
before
Mondays is inviting
I saw
Alan McNeil
Doug
to say
Andrew.
things like, hey, when you measure and people are watching, indicate the shot or the rock that is shot.
Yep. Which actually John did perfectly. He slid that into the middle.
Did he slide in?
He did.
Okay, so Team Black is
I give him 4 out of 4 in
4 out of 4?
4 out of 4. Yep.
So Team
On
Black
the
is getting back into the hack, so it must have just been for some extra points.
Yep. So they got what they got, but they didn't get more than they got.
I love that song.
That's a song?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Could be the title of Mindy Carlson's next book.
Mindy Carlson, author of They Got What They Got. Now
I mean,
in bookstores.
I feel like...
But not Barnes & Noble.
Okay, so the draw from the Dino draw is coming in. They're attempting to get it behind cover underneath. They've got behind the cover. They've got the depth. Oh, nice draw. That is pretty. That was a pretty draw.
That is going to be hard to deal with.
That is, yeah, that's good luck. Good luck with that Karl Anderson experience. Now, the Karl Anderson experience has a lot of experience, not all with Karl Anderson, although he has his share.
Wow.
So they might be able to figure something out. So basically, he's got, okay, draw into the inner corner of it, and that's kind of what he's got. He ain't going to get to it with anything that can move it. Yeah, he's just trying to outdraw it. So, I mean, frankly, the Rise of Broomshooter has to be pretty happy with this end.
Yeah.
They forced the other side into a forced draw for one, and it ain't guaranteed. It is not guaranteed at all.
And I mean, all you have to do is touch the button, but god damn, all you have to do is touch
the button. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, sure. Even the pros don't always touch the button.
Mindy Carlson with her classic 4-word commentary.
All right, so I can't see what's going on because I got dinosaur put in the face.
Its tail is the preferred nomenclature. Mr.
Okay,
McNeil.
fine.
I don't hate this. I think it feels
It's
a little overheated.
past the
Sweep
guard.
it.
No, that's
No, don't
overcooked.
sweep it.
Never touch that.
Don't sweepy.
No.
No
Never
sweepy,
touch
no
that.
sweepy. One yellow. So, hey, let's play a 4-end curling game and determine who's going to win this.
And Jimmy Fallon with smiles coming off the ice. Dinosaurs with smiles coming off the ice. Everybody play in the warm room.
Right, look at the clock. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news. One problem with this game is slow, dude. Probably 7.
We hear Jimmy's laughter. We're not sure what he's actually asking.
He's trying to figure out how many ends they're going to play.
The
There are only 45 minutes left on the game clock, and when this clock hits 0, they finish the end they're on, and that's
that is it.
They're
I kind
just
of like it.
they're just starting the 5th end,
It is
and
a tidy
so
way of doing it. Ah, that is what Jimmy was doing. He was counting down from 8 to 5.
right.
I also have a fun fact from my script for Jimmy Fallon. I'm going through order. So, he's a member of the Chicago 7,
Oh, I feel
which
another.
is along with 6 other guys.
I mean, fair.
I don't know what that means,
There's
but
7.
I have a
Wasn't-
note that
wasn't-
he's a member of the Chicago 7.
Lebowski a member of the Chicago 7?
No.
The Big Lebowski or some of one of the other ones?
Lebowski was
The other
dude,
Lebowski.
right?
The dude was a member of the
He
Chicago
was
7.
solo.
He did a buy.
But what's the Chicago 7? Can we get...
A collection of 7 people from Chicago, and that's pretty much about it, really.
Well, why don't we ask the internet? Dear internet, will you please
was
tell
my
us
question.
what the Chicago 7 is?
But Alan answered that.
Oh, well, Alan answered in a
Wow.
very literal fashion.
Yeah.
And like many
That's
engineers,
how Alan
he
goes.
answered in a way that
But I trust
offered no
Alan.
real
I
information.
trust Alan.
That'll teach
but
you.
was 100% precise.
Yeah, it doesn't answer the question, but it's correct.
And like many managers, I'm going to say, I don't know what's going on, and now it's your fault.
Me?
I don't,
No. We like Alan.
you guys hired me for this role, man, so I don't know.
You're
You
good.
are color commentary, and your colors are orange, green, yellow.
I'm Rasta, man.
Green, yellow, red, and black.
Also,
Not quite
we got a
Karl,
score
Karl,
update
Karl.
on the other sheets.
Are we scoring updating?
Why not? What the hell? All right, so we are apparently in a bunch of fifth ends. Is that true? Well, we're in a sixth end over here on D, but regardless. On sheet A, we are in the fifth end. Tata and Cheerio, 6-3 over Canada Geese. Ways to go in that fifth end. So actually, is that true? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong stones. They're getting ready to throw some final skip stones. So yellow's got 3. They could be looking at tying that up. That'll be interesting. You know we're tied up here in the beginning of the fifth end on sheet B. We just covered that. So let's go over to sheet C. Team Black have headed Team Costantino 5-1. We're about halfway into that fifth end. Lots of stones to go. The house is pretty clear. Over on sheet D, we're actually in the sixth end. They're booking right along.
Oh, yeah, they're
It
moving.
is 7-3 Board Games Weight over Team Luzaire. And Board Games Weight currently has 2 in the house, as we are. Oh, they're like on second stone still, so there's still a ton of curling to go on over there.
Plenty going on.
So that's the situation. Now you know how it is. Okay, we are told that the Chicago 7 were Democrats who wanted to protest the nomination of Hubert Humphrey against Richard Nixon in the 1960s. Democrats wanted to protest Humphrey against Nixon? That's weird.
Alan McNeil with the deep cuts, as usual.
They were arrested and put on a farcical trial and convicted. Then they appealed, and their conviction was overturned. There you go. Why were the Democrats?
Mindy Carlson earning all sorts.
Don't actually
of
understand.
tickets.
Okay, I believe you,
The
man. I'm not
Chicago
saying.
7 were Democrats who wanted to protest the nomination of Humphrey against Nixon in the 60s.
I believe your statement. I'm not saying you're wrong, Mindy, but why were Democrats protesting Humphrey over Nixon? Because wasn't that the Republican nomination?
But if it was illegal, you know what? I vote
Now,
we bounce
Nixon's-
off. I vote we
Nixon's
bounce off of
nominations-
politics
Nixon
and move on with curling.
Yeah, Nixon's first nomination was legit. It was the second one that had all the problems. But sorry, I majored in that. I majored in this garbage.
I'm Ronald Reagan, man. Like Back to the Future,
You're dead?
Ronald Reagan is president. You know.
Yeah.
Or at least his.
I'm bouncing off of this topic as hard as I can.
I feel like
I
yeah.
vote
I
we
feel
go
like
back
curling.
to curling.
Curling's
There's
good.
some dudes sweeping out there.
We
There
have
are.
the hammer coming down on A for a possible 4-point draw.
A definite 4-point draw.
Yeah.
So Canada Geese just takes the
Canada Gooses.
takes the
If you
lead.
got a problem with Canada Gooses, you got
That's
a
a
problem
new
with me.
They are now up 7-6. Sixth end, sheet A. Canada Geese migrating to the lead over Tata and Cheerio.
And thank you, of course, Mindy Carlson, for dropping fact bombs on us, like the KT boundary meteorite.
You dropped a bomb on me, baby. You dropped a bomb.
Alan McNeil with our musical
Sorry, I
interludes.
spent too long.
Insofar as we are allowed to do so within the parameters of YouTube's
If I sing
algorithm.
it's
Wasn't
fine.
Dinosaur like a 90s band?
Yes,
Or a 90s
Yes.
song?
And it was just a song, yeah.
because baby,
Sure.
I'm a dinosaur.
No, dinosaur.
That was after the 80s. That was
Also,
like
it's-
late 90s.
yeah.
No, wasn't it like a 90s band?
Yeah, Dinosaur
Something
Jr.
No, it was something dinosaur.
Probably several. I mean, Dinosaur is a good, solid rock band name. And you can't go wrong with X Dinosaur or Dinosaur X.
Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah.
Mindy with some more facts, which we are going to gently gloss over because we are approaching topics that are close to not appropriate for a curling stream at 9:28 on a Friday night.
Had it been 9:29, we might have considered it.
Well, you know, we're ready to get saucy, but Curling After Dark does not start until the next draw. And I invite all of you to tune in for Curling After Dark, featuring Doctors Luthi.
Doctors Luthi? We have both Luthies?
Doctors Luthi.
Oh
yes.
my gourd. Of course,
Right?
she's all official and stuff because she's like the president and whatnot, so she probably has to keep it wound in.
Uh-huh. But that's not up to me. I'm just here for color. I love the sweep. I
They
love
got
the
past.
line.
They hit.
And
the, although
it did not.
It
Oh,
just-
and it
and
cracked on the back. But you know what?
But it spun it out, so it took out
Karl
the
is
stuff in the
sitting
back.
1, 2, 3
Yeah. So
with hammer.
that
I
doth-
don't hate it.
that doth not suck.
As Shakespeare said in his famous play, Curling, it doth not suck.
It's a sequel to Macbeth.
Macbeth 2.
Macbeth 2, curling. It does not
graniting.
suck. Yes, graniting, yeah. But soft. What stone 3 on house breaks?
I like that.
It is the hammer.
I was going to go with, is this a handle that I see before me?
Is it a handle that I see before me? To sweep or not to sweep? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind's eyes to drag that stone into the 4 foot.
Any time. Oh, no, keep going. I'm sorry.
Or if I lost my train of thought derailed.
Yeah, I apologize.
It's okay.
But every time we do Shakespeare, I go right to Titus Andronicus, and I say, Cur, I have hit thy mother.
I mean, fair. So, somebody's throwing a rock. It is
back on track.
It is Andrea Hartsig. That's my job. They told me to try to keep this train on the rails. I have
without
failed.
Alan, this would be
I
chaos.
have failed. Oh, it's still chaos. I'm just trying to keep it a little less chaotic.
Well, as a former cook, as a former worker in many kitchens, controlled chaos is the way many things happen.
I
think a volunteer curling club is one of those.
I'm doing my best to keep it to at least chaotic good as opposed to chaotic evil.
Yeah. And if we slide to chaotic neutral, well, you all signed up for this.
However, Brandon Morse is up right now.
Yes, he is.
Let's see what they do.
Preparing to throw his first stone of this here fifth end, I'm sorry.
I think they're just trying to peel out all those yellows they can.
Yeah.
Which is a good move.
There are a few things in life more pleasurable than peeling a couple of cards.
Yep.
That you can do on a curling sheet.
I also have a fun fact. After he peels those cards, let's see how this rolls.
Baby, I'm a dinosaur. Come on, hear your try.
So he's just going to peel off the top one. Oh, and he's going to lose his shot.
Boop the
red. He booped one of his own out also. That was not the plan.
Unoptimal.
He does hate that.
Yeah.
Suboptimal. Less than goodly.
And we just had a quick tug of the tail from the dinosaurs back here in the hack that you can't see. Apparently dinosaurs tug each other's tails in celebration.
Jamie.
Dylan.
We're on YouTube. We don't want to be saying anything that get us demonetized. Tugging tails? Are you kidding me?
Dinosaurs have tails.
Never mind. I'm trying to make a joke.
Are you making things filthy here?
He's trying.
No.
Dylan.
Dylan.
This is an innocent feed. What do you mean, sir?
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, curling. In the hack is Andy Hartsig, getting ready to throw his second. He has an interesting opportunity to do a hit and roll here, which will take yellow up to sitting 2 if he gets a really good roll. I'm sorry, he's not hitting. He's drawing. I lied. The broom looked like a hit broom to me, but the stone is a draw stone. So actually, stone's a guard stone because it ain't heavy enough to draw. Well, the sweepers are dragging it, or dinosauring it, I guess. Dragon's a whole other mythological beast. But didn't quite get it past the guard, so it does help guard their one that's in the top of the 8 foot a little bit, so that's helpful for them. But
and now Brandon Moore is up. And I have a very fun fact I just read about him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He apparently once spilled a vat of green beans on the ice during a bond spill.
Oops.
How do you spill green beans on the ice?
So you probably had a vat of them sitting there over here on where we keep the food that's going to use a different way. Went to go retrieve it and didn't stick the landing.
I know.
That's my guess. Both of those yellows go bye-bye. So he wanted to split some guards. He split some guards. Poof, gone. So there's only just this one lonely redstone in the house at the moment. And we are we in Skipland? We are in Skipland. Population 2. Right now, Eric Johnson getting ready to throw his first. I believe he is now going to try that hit of that red and roll under. But I thought that previously, and I was incorrect. Some might go so far as to say wrong. So let's see what we doth see. Are we on any hammers anywhere yet, Dylan?
We're almost to the hammer over on D.
Okay.
This is red's last.
All right. Red currently down quite a bit. So this was more of a hit attempt over here on the outside. He's going to get the contact, but he's probably losing the shooter. He's basically offering a blank to the Karl Anderson experience at this point if they want to take it. So Karl's probably going to try one draw onto the cover. Karl's not going to mind. Actually, Karl is going to mind the blank because since this game is probably only going 7 ends based on the pace, he has this hammer and he would have the hammer in the 7th. So he would kind of like to get a point here to kind of maintain that final end hammer, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so we are now preparing for the hammer over on sheet D, yes?
Oh, is it hammer time?
It is hammer time
Should we
over
stop?
on sheet D. Sheet D's game is likely to stop if Board Games Wait executes what they got in mind, it appears. Because they've already got 1, 2, 3 for sure. I'm not actually sure. They're drawing in, looking for a 4th, I think. I don't see any reason that they would hit.
All right, and the hammer on D is on its way.
On its way, and I take it back. It's not a draw weight. It's a hit weight. I feel like that's a dangerous choice, but I guess it would be for a lot if he executes it. He got that part. He got that part. He did not get it out. He only gets the one.
That was a very formidable shot. You have to give credit for that.
I actually don't. I actually think he made a poor choice because he could have gotten a nice, easy 3 with a nice, easy draw. Instead, he took on a hard. I mean, if he'd gotten it, it would have been for like a ton and game over. But he could have been up like 9-3 or 10-3. Now he's only up 8-3.
Oh, I'd hate to be up 8-3.
I know, right? I feel like as I frequently have to remind myself sometimes, it is a poor time to be greedy. He got greedy, and Team Lucere now has to feel like they dodged a bullet. If they're continuing, I'm not 100% sure they are.
All right.
Yeah, no,
they just finished the 6th end. It's
it's not so much a time thing. Well, no, the other teams are
they're
down.
lining up to throw.
Yeah, they're getting ready. Okay.
You know what? We paid to curl. We're here to curl.
Yeah.
We drove to curl. Let's curl.
Sure.
And as a team that was down by 5 or 6 earlier today, in the 4th or 5th, we clawed back.
So we're getting ready to throw the hammer here on our feature game on Sheet B, and Rise of Broomshooter skip Eric Johnson turned into a Drawsaurus Rex, put a lovely shot stone just touching the back of the 4-foot. And really all that left Karl Anderson with is a draw for the Force 1, which has to feel like a little bit of a victory for the Broomshooters. So Karl Anderson has to make this draw. I mean, he's got a pretty large target. He really only has to get a solid bite of the 4-foot. Am I wrong? This is the hammer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The little button stone things make it look like it's not, but
It's got to curl a little bit.
it does have to curl a little bit. It hasn't got the 4-foot yet. Okay, here it comes. It's definitely got enough to get in the 4-foot. Is the weight right? Oh yeah, the weight's fine.
Looks good.
That's adequate.
Oh,
That is one.
Oh,
Nice shot.
adequate, says Alan when the shot
That's
hits
adequate.
the button.
Nice shot.
That didn't hit the button. It
Good
was an inch
shot.
off the button.
It was an inch off the pin. It was on the button.
It was a good
fair,
shot.
fine. It was fine. It was okay.
It was okay.
I didn't hate it.
It was all right. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Mindy Carlson, how do you feel about that shot?
So that brings our score to 5-4. Karl Anderson experience over Rise of Broomshooter.
And over on sheet C, Team Black has extended their lead again.
Ouch.
by stealing 3, making it 8-1.
So we are starting to approach the point at which games could become what this is referred to as out of hand. Are they really only throwing the 6th end?
Well, we do have 28 minutes left in this, so hypothetically we should have 2 ends at least left to play per sheet.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay,
They are
they're
behind.
but they're just
It
starting.
goes so fast when you're with people.
They
you
should have finished the 6th end by now.
Yeah,
They
or
should
at
be
least
starting
been.
7th.
I mean,
And I should have finished my
they could
laundry.
be just wrapping up the 6th now, but it's like the game on A is on the right timeline. They have 2 stones left in the 6th. That's solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
The game on D actually is already in the 7th. They're solid. These games on B and C, they're hard up again and on the clock. C's probably okay-ish. B ain't making 8 ends.
Yeah. Well, dinosaurs being cold-blooded would be slower on a sheet of ice, right?
I mean, yes.
So it's only natural that they would play a little slower than the warm-blooded opponents descended from proto-monkeys that are there, right?
I mean, okay.
Okay.
So I do have another fun fact to reveal
Oh, fun facts?
about Pete
Fun
Morelewicz.
facts with Keith Wood.
So I actually
would or
might
wouldn't
kind of
he?
believe this one because he's a big nerd.
Aren't we all? This
Yeah.
is curling.
We
I mean,
are.
we're curlers, so yeah.
But,
it is.
but yeah, so I might kind of believe this one. But according to my sheet, he
According
has
to-
the exact same eyeglass prescription as Judge Reinhold.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, for those of us at home, let's weigh in whether we believe that or not.
I kind of believe that.
Sure.
'cause He's kind of big.
Eyeglass prescription is technically protected information.
But who cares about eyeglass prescriptions? Only Pete would. That's kind of a Pete kind of thing, right?
How do you find that out? Do you accidentally hang out?
I don't
with
know,
Judge
but that's kind
R
of a Pete.
Eyeglass
and pick up
scripts.
his glasses.
Eyeglass
and they fit
scripts.
perfectly.
It's entirely possible that Pete has worn his
you-
glasses at some point.
You, Alan, and me, we don't care, right? But that's
I mean,
kind
I had LASIK, so I don't have to care.
But even could you even make up something as ridiculous as that? So
Frequently.
I could make up.
I kind
frequently.
of believe that one. So,
I could make up something much
All
more
right.
and
ridiculous.
Pete's
So-
kind of nerdy, so I believe
Alan
that.
and Jamie do not buy it. Keith Wood buys it. Dylan Klensky,
Tim Leroy from the
shaking
YouTube
his head,
feed
does
does
not
not
buy it.
believe
We have
it.
a 3-1 vote. And we have Tim Leroy,
Who also does not
buying
believe it. So I believe the panel says,
However, fact checkers, we're calling on you now.
yeah. Good luck fact checking that on the Google.
I'm just reading my script, man.
Anyone who can pull up Judge Reinhold's
I
prescription?
mean, now because I feel like I must.
Alan, pull it up.
Judge. How do you spell Reinhold?
R-E-I-N-H-O-L-D.
Reinhold. Eyeglasses. Prescription.
That's spelled R-X.
Yeah.
But then you also have to look up Pete Morelewicz.
So
You
let's
know, just
see.
grab his glasses.
He was arrested for screaming during a TSA screening.
Wow.
He was in a Four Eyes commercial. Maybe that's where the
Oh.
where the
there
prescription
we
comes
go.
from. So that.
The plot thickens.
But
just
aside
like
from
his
that,
lenses.
there's nothing useful on the Google.
So we have no actual information.
All of the searches for Judge Reinhold eyeglasses prescription are missing eyeglasses and prescription.
Bo, you are playing along with tonight's game of everything you comment must be 4 words with I don't buy it.
But I do have more information. His tortilla preference is corn.
I mean, isn't everybody's?
I mean, does anyone actually like flour tortillas?
I don't
I
mind
prefer
them.
flour
I don't hate
tortillas.
them.
I mean, yeah.
Flour tortillas
Nobody-
is my go-to.
Loves flying coach,
I don't like
but
corn
given the choice,
tortillas.
all fly
So I mean,
first class.
if I want, if I don't want a crunchy thing, I don't want a corn tortilla.
But corn tortillas can be soft.
I've-
In fact,
They
in
can be,
fact.
but
Oh,
the ones you buy in
Alan,
the stores aren't
Alan,
usually.
come on a Friday night. Friday night late draw.
The only problem with that is it involves being out on a Friday night, which is not my best thing. Oh, so,
Beautiful shot. Dinosaurs
yeah,
stomping around
hey.
happily. And
Not-
there's some curling going on.
There's curling
And,
going on.
Dinosaurs, juniors and seniors, are now shot and second.
And
mounting
there is
a hell of a comeback.
There is a redstone up at the top of the 4.
Bo
that's
Doer
kind of
loves
blocking
flour
one.
tortillas, which is further evidence of his ethical and moral decay.
Speaking of Ben Moore,
Wow.
did you know those 3 facts?
Give us 3 facts. 1, 2, 3, go.
So he holds 3 patents.
1.
I believe
Those are
that.
3 facts.
I can believe that.
So he has the patent for a microwavable ice cube tray.
Sure.
He has the patent for an automated tissue dispenser. He has the patent for a gluten-free seltzer.
I believe it. One of
Gluten-free.
those, actually.
Did you say gluten-free seltzer?
That is what my
Okay,
notes say.
I'm just making sure. I wanted to make sure I heard you
I'm
right.
sorry,
You're good.
you stalled on gluten-free seltzer and ignored the microwavable ice
I
cube
didn't.
tray?
I didn't
It's
ignore it. I
microwavable
knew
ice
I-
cube tray. is
I
what
knew
my
I
notes
heard
say.
that one
You
correctly,
just
so I
slid
just
past that one. Okay.
no,
I'm
it's just
buying it.
I'm analyzing whether
buying it.
you know, because you
I'm buying
gotta
what you're
you
saying.
gotta
It
get
sounds like both of you slipped by the automated tissue dispenser.
That one's
I
the
love-
actual.
frankly, I
It
love
says
that one.
tissue. It doesn't say toilet paper. So it's a tissue.
I mean,
The-
I would pay
Have
perfectly
you,
good
have
money.
you used tissues?
I would pay perfectly good money for a device that attached
For
to
an
this
automated
box.
tissue dispenser.
I could see it. I could see it as a problem that
Meanwhile,
needs
on our
fixing.
left screen, we have a beautiful shot that might just chip that red stone.
It's gonna at
Gonna
least pop it
crash.
back. I don't
But
care.
No, I don't hit the crash.
I don't mind it.
And more backing. Dinosaurs raising their brooms in celebration, as is traditional in dinosaur culture.
I believe there were cave paintings of that sort of thing
absolutely.
found in Lourdes, right next to the patent drawing for a machine that automates the dispensing of tissues,
Which was invented by dinosaurs.
which was invented by dinosaurs.
Small fact.
Apparently, actually, it was invented by a Karl
Dilophosaurus invented that one.
Who?
Dilophosaurus,
Okay.
actually known for their seasonal allergies.
Okay. No. Okay. Bo Dur has lost the script. Well, actually, no. We've lost the script. Bo Dur is just trying to keep up with us.
Yeah. Alcafluence is calling us out on our late night shenanigans.
What are we saying? We're saying that I've been here way too long over the last 2 days. Is what I'm
Nobo
saying.
Pete has patents. Lisa Andrews dropping in with 5-word facts.
5-word facts.
Lisa Andrew.
Tap tap
Tap, and I
and yellow still won.
think yellow's still shot, but I think if I'm red, I'm happy unpacking that.
Sure.
Did you say Lisa Andrews?
One
Because
Drew.
her name is Lisa Andrew.
Single Drew.
Lisa Andrew.
Single Drew.
She's
not Drew,
single, not plural.
Well, I don't know if
not
she's single.
She's
She's
married to
married.
Doug.
I know she is.
Doug's a
but,
good guy.
but their last
like
name
Doug.
is singular.
Well, then they are both.
A lot of people call me Keith
Then they
Woods.
combined.
They are the
Then they
Andrews.
combined are the Andrews, but it is Andrew when you're
It
talking
is
about
Andrew,
Lisa.
yes.
I feel this is like the conversation of
She and I
Knights
bond
Errant
because
versus
a lot of
Knight
people call me
Errants.
Woods,
We're all getting.
Oh.
We're all getting.
and a lot of
banned
people
from,
call her Andrews.
We're all
Yeah.
getting
So
banned from commentary, aren't
We get the unexpected plural.
You want to talk about last names? Let's
No.
talk about last names.
I don't want to talk about last names.
Okay, I vote we don't talk about last names.
The person who's like, seeing as how my last name has been misspelled no less than 23 different ways.
Are you a Mook or are you a Mac? You're a
I
Mac.
am technically a Mac.
M-A-C.
I am technically
Oh, yeah.
a Mac with an EI and a pair of L's.
Did I at least get a thumbs up from Lisa?
Little Yakov Smirnov in the chat.
I don't know
Love
who
it.
I don't know who Alcafluence actually is, but well done, Yakov.
He is a. I'm not going to out anyone, but he is a well-respected and regarded curler at our club.
I believe you. I just don't know which specific well-regarded curler it is. They are.
Mindy asks if we see anyone with brooms on the ice, suggesting we might actually watch some curling.
So no, technically all of the brooms are not currently on the ice because they're all being held. Well, not true. There's a broom over on A that's on these. Well, it's not anymore. It just got lifted off. She stood up.
Can we get a score update, please?
Oh,
Yeah, let's-
fine.
On every sheet.
Yeah, we
All
got a
right,
couple rocks.
so
Let's
we
take it to the
are
four-sheeter.
in the 7th end over on sheet A. Is that a true statement?
Right.
Yes,
oh,
it is.
Tata and Cherry O tied at 7.
Tied at 7, and yellow just did a nice little tap up to
Yeah.
lie 2.
We know what's going on with the Karl and Broomshooter
We do.
experience.
Team Black
Costantino
is kind of putting in the business on Team Costantino.
and Board.
Board Games Wait
Parentheses,
is attempting to complete the submission move over Team Lucer, over there on sheet D. So there's your score update.
We're going to keep you guys interested and connected to sheets A and B. As we progress and anything interesting comes up, we will do our best to bring you to it.
this pop, unlock, and refreeze.
Pop and lock, which is ironically also Keith Wood's favorite dance move.
I don't think so, but
I've seen you pop and lock, my friend.
Is it on your top 10 at least?
It is.
No, Keith likes to Wang Chun tonight.
Oh.
Everybody have fun tonight.
Wrong Keith. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't see how yellow gets that out of there right now. Now, they could do it as a two-stone play.
I think the two-stone play is Ms. Dubin introduced to me. Yeah. So do you just kind of freeze to it and use it to?
No, actually, you gotta pop the red enough to get some gap between it and the yellow, so that with your and then your shooter will probably be frozen on the top of it as a result of that. But then you have then you have enough gap so with the next stone you can hit your yellow into his red and pop his red out.
So crazy notion. I mean, red is just barely biting. What if you kind of squidge in off the top of there? Like this one's going to crash.
Except it's not, because it's going to crash. Yeah, it's going to crash. I mean, squidging in is a technical option.
So it was there.
Yeah, you could have done it, but
no one's going for the squidge.
Squidge is, yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen here on C? Because we got an empty house and the hammer's coming up. Do they take the? Yeah, they're taking the blank.
They're taking the blank down 7. We like our odds better of taking 7 than stealing 6. I mean, I guess that's true.
Which earlier today on this sheet, no, it was on sheet D. We had 7 stones in the house as shot.
Are we playing the 7th end, or are we calling it good? I think we're playing the 7th end on C. It looks like we're setting for it.
I see a stone being brought to the hack.
Okay, and they've got 17 minutes left, so if they play expeditiously, they could get all 8.
It is all curling. We're here to curl, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, I'm here to commentate on curling.
Go big or go home, man.
Or more accurately, I'm here to apparently commentate on everything except curling.
And Alcafuence is curled between.
No, yeah. So Bo asked when Pete Morelewicz curled here. Pete curled here at least 2012, and I actually think he was after. I want to say he was. He
was after because he was
14 or 15.
He was a regular Saturday morning.
Yeah, until I think 14 or 15 was about when he left.
I was thinking like 16,
maybe even 16.
Was that?
I'd believe 16. So somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
We got handshakes
14 to
on
16.
sheet D.
We have handshakes on D. So
we have handshakes on D.
So board games weight completes the victory over Team Lucer. Over there.
Can you shift us over that sheet, or is that?
They're bringing stones back. We have a final score. It's all over. So nothing to see. Nothing to see here. Move along. And I'm pretty sure the game on C is really kind of just playing out the string here. I mean, Team Black doesn't strike me as a team likely to give up 7. So, okay, Bo joined in 2018 and Pete was gone by then. So that means the latest Pete could have been here was 2017. And I feel like 2016 is probably his last season. I feel 2016 is probably his last year. He was actually on the board for a while. He did a lot of good work for the club actually back when he was here. He did a lot of our he did a lot of our website work and social media and general graphic. The last time we had a graphic update, Pete did the graphics.
It's also the first time I've seen Pete in probably
I haven't seen Pete
6 or 7
I haven't seen
years.
Pete since he left. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it
was really good to see Pete.
Yeah, I had to actually kind of triple take to. Is that Pete? Is that Pete? That is Pete. Hey, Pete.
Yeah, no, I got a little bit emotional. Pete's a really good.
Pete is a great guy.
He did a lot for Potomac Curling Club. So
yeah.
Alan McNeil and I say cheers to Pete Morelewicz.
Absolutely.
Cheers to Pete Morelewicz.
All right, so you are a dinosaur. You are throwing your first skip's stone. You are down 1. You do have the hammer this end. You're probably only playing a 7-end game. You are facing a red stone that has a well-frozen yellow backer. You have a yellow stone on top of it. What do you do? What do you do? I don't know what I do.
He's punching it, man.
He's
going full throttle.
Not with that broom he doesn't. If he throws that broom, he's going to peel that top yellow, probably.
Well, he doesn't know that, but I know Eric. He's punching that. Come on, Eric, punch it.
Dinosaur punch. Punchosaurus Rex.
I feel like you're right. That's probably the plan. I just don't like this broom for that. I don't
like the broom either, but that's his plan.
It's
I can tell
he's that was an awkward
he's narrow.
push.
Oh yeah,
he's a little bit narrow.
That was an awkward
It might
push.
work.
If it curls, okay, he could be planning on curling to pop it. That's not going to happen. He's just, he passed? No, he jammed.
No.
And didn't even pick something. Well, okay, yeah, didn't even pick anything out on the way out. So, well, but on the other hand, it opened up the line to it. So, yes, they are playing a very slow game, Bo. They're there's only 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes left on the clock at this point. They're just wrapping up 6. Everybody else is either done or in 7.
Bo, you joined in 2018. I think you've been here longer than I have.
Yeah, Bo was, for the first season, though, he was just, he didn't.
Bo is just nothing. Bo
Well,
is
I
full
mean,
Bo.
well, yeah, but I'm saying Bo just did like Saturday mornings and stuff the first couple seasons, right?
Which means he's eligible for under 5s. Which
Yes,
means
this is actually his 4. He's eligible next year.
those of us who are under 5s, ping Bo, get a team going, represent Potomac.
And if somebody wants to step into the role that Linda Kirkman used to have for the club of playing matchmaker, make me a match for the 5 and unders.
Frankly, Alan, Monday Dev is sort of getting in that direction.
Who is, I'm sorry?
Monday Development.
Oh, awesome.
Our 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. We try to grab new curlers, teach them etiquette, teach them how to prep ice, and also maybe help their curling skills.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful little program.
And we also say, hey, talk to each other about under 5s.
Yeah.
So if you're an under 5 curler who is listening to this stream, come out on Monday. I'm plugging my program. As we do this, can we throw out some thanks in this hot minute to all the volunteers at this club?
We can.
Holy,
Yes, we can.
holy whatever you want to make holy. The kitchen crew,
Food
the
has
warm
been
room
marvelous.
crew,
Yes.
the ice crew, the bar.
Best ice crew in the game. They've
I
dealt
have-
with this schedule for this event is challenging as hell for the ice crew.
It's
The
tight.
fact that we're 20 minutes or so off schedule at the moment and not 2 hours behind off schedule is impressive
beauty
as hell.
shot by the Karl.
That did a wonderful job to plop that. They're currently sitting 4. We're getting ready to throw the hammer. All that they have available for them is they got to hit those top 2 and hope that the shooter sticks around.
Yep. But yeah, to finish the thanks, the bar, the beer crew, literally everybody who comes out, puts the time in at a volunteer-run club, and makes this happen. No one gets paid. We're all giving up our time. We're all having fun, but it's still work. Especially on a Thursday, Friday morning. People are at work. People peel an hour and a half and come and help
Saturday
out.
morning, that's the best time, man.
Saturday morning is the best time. All our Saturday morning volunteers, thank you. So seriously, all the volunteers, all the people who make this work are amazing.
This club would not be 20% of what it was without all of the
Would
volunteers.
not exist without the volunteers. It would descend into anarchy in literal minutes. So
It would be more anarchical than most of this broadcast has been.
that's a hot anarchy too.
I know, right?
I love this throw though. I think
It's got a chance to do the
think
thing.
if they do the thing on the
They
outside of the
might
thing,
do the thing. I think they
I
moved the
think
thing
the thing
into the
is
thing.
there.
They did the thing with the thing.
Almost.
They did. No, perfectly adequate.
Perfectly adequate. Oh,
Yeah.
that was just
That was
sit
hammer.
one.
Yeah.
That
But-
was perfectly adequate.
That's perfectly adequate. You know, I think that's going to be my team next year. Is perfectly adequate. I like it.
I'll curl on that team.
I would.
C's get degrees, brother.
I might join you guys, maybe.
Yeah.
Jamie, are you willing to take me out the last day of the season? See if I can curl again?
I will hold whatever broom you need to, brother.
All right, we got the hammer coming in on sheet A here.
Sheet A, our tied games, 7-7, Canada Geese, Tata and Cherry O. Who's throwing that hammer? Tata and Cherry O is throwing that hammer?
That's Canadian Geese.
That's Canadian Geese?
You can tell because they're wearing Canadian jerseys.
Yeah, but it's red, so it confused me. So Canada Geese is in a really good shot. They're sitting for drawing for 5, unless they want to be silly and try to split that yellow that's above the house on for 6. It's a bad time to be greedy. Draw for 5. Call it good.
Hit paint. And I was actually taught by a very good curler I love and respect, Doug Andrew. If your goal is to hit paint, draw to the button.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
they just did. Back 4, but that's fine.
Outside of getting into your own head on things, you're practicing the draw,
right.
You're intimidating your opponents, and you're increasing your margin of error.
Right. So that is a 5-point draw for Canada Geese.
7 for Canada Geese.
The flock got much larger.
Honk.
Honk, honk. I thought it was caw. No, caw is crows, right?
Yeah. No one's heard of Canadian crows.
Or counting crows.
They're not Canadian.
Halfway decent. They're not? Okay. We're going to throw the 8th. Might as well, but yeah.
At least they'll start. We'll see how long it takes until they run out.
I don't know what this means, Keith, but Baudur is saying, Keith, concert last day.
I think Baudur is playing the forward game.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I can't
Keith,
put those 4 words. Those are the 4 words right there. Keith, concert last day.
And we've got
I got 4
5
words.
rock rule violation.
Passed that right.
Putting that one back.
I believe that means Bo and I are going to have a concert.
Okay.
I think he's forcing me on the concert floor.
Oh. My guess is Baudur actually is in several bands.
Yes.
One of which performs regularly. And I think the last day of SMBE may be one of their concerts. So, if you're interested in music.
I think it's also going to be
April 15th.
April 15th.
Okay, I think what Bo is saying that is that you're apparently not going to be there on April 15th because it says April 15th, Keith absent. So maybe you're going to be somewhere?
I don't think I said I was going to be anywhere.
Or you.
I owe taxes that day.
It's a Saturday, right? So you don't. It's a Saturday, so you won't owe them till Monday.
So what's that? 17th, April 17th. I owe taxes. Yeah, I should be free on April 15th.
Bo apparently thinks you're not, so you and him might want to have a convo.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo, I should be around then.
And a quiet shout-out to my vice, Andrea.
All right.
Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea. So this is the 7th end. There's only 6.5 minutes left on the clock, so it's the final end for this game. Bo would like you to know you're going to go see Tesla.
I am seeing Tesla.
Is that on April 15th?
And dinosaurs.
I think it is on April.
There you go.
I forgot about that.
Might be where Bo's
going. There we go, yeah.
So this is going to be the final end. It is tied. Karl Anderson Experience has the advantage in this case because they have the hammer. They only need 1. So they're going to try to keep everything nice and open. But the Rise of Broomshooter team is going to try to get some clog to
Columbus,
be
Ohio.
able to steal one.
Eric Johnson.
They're going to try to do some work there. I mean, I should probably hate them because I'm from Michigan, so But
I'm an Ohio fan. So
on the other hand, they're dressed in dinosaur uniforms, so I can forgive the fact they played a substandard football school.
I mean, I'm a Potomac fan for sure, but I'm kind of rooting for Columbus because Columbus is where my first bonspiel was. So
there you go.
I kind of got to root for Columbus.
Sure. So, but that's how this game is going to play. We are entering the end game, for lack of a better term.
And we are really having a good game on our feature sheet.
Sure, absolutely.
The game is tight.
Which is, unfortunately, the other games
are approaching their end.
Yeah.
To put it in a polite attempt.
Or alternatively, they have reached their end. The corpse just hasn't stopped moving yet.
Also, hello to Squirtle.
We have a request to say hi to Squirtle.
I
And
just
he
did.
just said hi, Squirtle.
Oh,
Who requested that? You guys must have some private communication that I'm not.
I don't know. I also don't have all the audio in my feed, so
You're better off not knowing. Probably.
yeah, pretty much.
So they've just Carl Anderson experience is kind of loading up the house. So perversely,
Yeah? One of my favorite words.
Rise of Broomshooter is okay with that because
Yeah.
they want if you're trying to steal one.
So we're talking strategy here.
Yeah, we're talking
If you're trying to
strategy.
steal one.
We're gonna
so-
get all serious and stuff for a minute.
We're going to pay attention to the game.
Right. So they're trying to steal one.
Yes.
There's no style points in stealing one. The whole point is get yourself
in,
get
get
your
it
stone
dirty.
close. So if the other
Detroit
team if the
style.
other team's willing to put stuff in the house for you,
Get in there
use
with
it.
them. Okay.
Play it.
Okay.
Do freezes, do sit-ons, do tick-offs, do whatever you got to
Actually,
do.
Alan, you commentated the game that I played earlier that was literally the strategy that Andrea yelled across the ice at me to do.
Yeah.
I called a hit, and she said,
No.
trust me,
Yeah.
take the freeze.
Yeah. You didn't execute it,
And
but
Well,
forgot.
I actually did the first one,
that okay, yeah. But
and then I missed the
the
second
one you were a little short, and that was a problem. Yeah. But yeah, it's the whole. It's like those two red stones that are bracketing the forefort right now are every bit as useful for
Yeah.
Rise of Broomshooter as they are for Carl Anderson.
because
if
it's
they
no
can
longer
get
a
there,
clean game.
right? It's a dirty game right now.
So what I'm hearing is,
Junk
if
it
you're,
up.
if you're back, Dylan is also saying this. Make it dirty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Junk it up.
Junk it.
As long as you, I mean, you got to leave yourself a way to get to it,
Yeah.
or you get to it early and then you get that egg in that basket. You guard the hell out of that basket.
That's how I beat Dave Zimmerman.
That's
earlier
how
this
I
morning.
won. That's how I won my second game,
Dave
stealing one in the
Zimmerman,
ninth.
who will be
Eighth, rather.
possibly driving back a stone this weekend.
Yeah, Bo is throwing himself on the grenade for that.
Bo
saying he didn't sweep
absolutely
enough.
admitting he did not sweep that. If your skip leaps across 6 feet of ice to try to sweep, you probably weren't sweeping enough. Andrea, I love you. No hate.
So this stone from the Carl Anderson experience, not Carl Anderson stones yet, just kind of taps that yellow up. That doesn't suck. It's so really that yellow stone that's currently up there in the top 8 foot could end up being the winning stone right now with a little bit of work. They tap it up, deal with that red. They just kind of gradually move it towards the button, and as long as you get there by the end, you're good.
Just tap it in.
Yeah.
Just tap
Just
it in.
because you don't want to
Tap,
don't you don't want to take any of the other stones out. You want to put the stones in behind the button.
So I just got a text from my other sweeper who disagreed with my assessment of that rock and said she is not sweeping any of my stones tomorrow. And given
I also agree with that assessment.
It's going to be a problem for you if your sweepers aren't sweeping.
Oh, too narrow. This is going to fall. It's going to crash.
and sheet C is finished with Team Black
Sheet with black finishing that
finishing ahead
by quite a margin.
by a definite margin, and all of the ends but the second one.
Also, so Pete Morelewicz gifted me with the script for this evening.
Yep.
However, I've run through all the script, so
So make something up.
I don't have
All right.
anything
So,
entertaining to
are we
say
out
for the
of
rest of the
facts?
evening. We're out of facts.
We are not out of facts. Fun
fact.
fact.
We're out of
I
facts.
skipped a couple.
Pete
for
Morelewicz. Oh, wait, we've already done the finger joke.
I know. We've
Yeah, we did the finger joke.
Jimmy Fallon
We did that one too.
has one of the best tattoos I've ever seen on a man.
That's not written on the script.
It's still real.
Okay,
It
so
is real.
clock hath expired. These are last ends.
All
This
right.
comes as a surprise to nobody. None of these games were rushing to get there. so-
Absolutely. And all teams here are managing their clock very carefully. And by
well,
and large,
the game on B, not so much. But
this is the seventh end because
Yeah.
we're headed northward.
yeah, and it's their final end, so they not do so good.
As long as, and this is a lesson from one Alan McNeil, as long as both skips agree, so let it be written. So let it be
Yeah, I mean,
done.
I don't see. Yeah, it's not a case where one team was dawdling and the other team wanted to rush or anything like that. It's just they played slow.
Yeah. And what you might be hearing in the background is the bell rung. And one more thank you is going to be to the organizers and folks who make this happen.
Yes.
Copper Waters, Bill Engman, and Lori Beatty.
Who have done a marvelous job
Who have-
organizing, herding the proverbial cats. And we are done on a Canada geese.
Canada Gooses.
Canada gooses. Geese gooses.
Ran them out of rocks.
So far all three games have been won by yellow.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign for Rise of Broomshooter if they can pull this off. Well, no,
past performance is no guarantee of future results.
I know, but you know. So that
I know that Alan McNeil knows statistics.
That's interesting, actually, because put those two reds that are just behind the tee would be really good freeze targets for Rise of Broomshooter to stick something in there.
Yeah, if I'm a dinosaur,
you don't hate. You don't hate this setup. It's not a bad steel setup yet.
And they have hammer, right?
No.
Oh,
that's the problem. They have to steal.
Oh.
Karl Anderson should be trying to keep this clean as
Karl Anderson
clean as something that's really clean. I don't know what.
So I actually saw something. Played a Bonspiel out in Minnesota.
Okay.
And
that was your first mistake.
Well, it was fun.
Okay.
Played with some good people. Had a good time. And there was a sign on the window behind Sheet B, and it said, "May you throw as well as all the people behind this glass."
Yeah. Think they could.
It's like, no, it's curling a lot.
But they are having to sweep it hard.
It's curling a lot.
I think that's
a good shot.
I don't hate it.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
Keep sweeping,
no,
though.
No. Leave it high.
Yeah, don't just get that Well, yeah, I guess there's no difference between.
It doesn't matter if you take 1 or take 7.
2 or 7. Yeah.
Right. One's fine.
Line is more important.
So, I mean, if I'm yellow, which I am not, I'm dressed in blue at the moment. What I would consider doing right now, your best option right now is to try. They've got that yellow stone in the 12-foot right behind that red.
The one up on. If we're looking at the screen, can we pull up the overhead view of the house for the folks at home?
So on this view, the one at 1 o'clock.
So your top right corner.
Yeah.
You have a red and a yellow.
I
would
would gently tap that red into that yellow and get that yellow into the midnight or the midnight to 3 a.m. quadrant of the 4-foot.
Yeah.
It would be behind cover, and then I'm challenging the other team to use their 2 remaining stones to deal with.
Today, in fact.
Yeah, tap ups when you want to steal are wonderful.
And when those 2 rocks are so close, it's like an automatic directional tap.
Yeah. Any contact with that top red stone will drive the yellow stone towards the button.
Yeah.
Maybe even conceivably, I'm trying to do a little bit of conversational trigonometry, maybe even possibly towards that red.
Just a little casual.
Trigonometry.
As one does at a curling club.
That is not what he did.
He came the other way.
He came the other way, and he's going to wreck on his guard. See, what he's doing is losing the game. I'm sorry, I take it back. He got around the guard. I lied.
And they let that go, and that hits, and that's going to stick. And I'm sorry for those of us who called in to say we yelled too loud. That was a beep, beep shot.
I am full of falsehood. I was sure that was crashing into the guards and causing a problem. But that actually worked.
And that is when people who know the game better than me say, "Don't do this." I say, "Nah, I'm feeling it. Let's go."
I would not have had the guts to take that shot on. He did well to do it. And it's pretty darn well buried, too. It's not perfectly buried, but it's pretty well buried.
Brief interruption. I love the fact that our chat right now is owning the 4-word discussion. The first person not to use 4 words, I think, loses. Good shot.
Lucy Andrew lost five lines ago then.
Lisa Andrew, no. By and large.
But so what?
Not pair.
So what? Karl Anderson's looking at right now is, does he feel like he can follow that draw?
How does Karl Anderson feel?
He feels like he needs to see if he can follow that draw. Right now, he feels.
But can you actually follow that draw meaningfully?
So, yes, because it ended up behind the tee. So if you follow that shot, you will, and you execute the exact same line, the exact same weight, blah, 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 blah. You're going to tap that yellow a little bit. Now you'll be on the tee. All right, Karl Anderson's first stone is on its way. He's trying to basically execute the exact same draw that Eric Johnson executed with his first. He's cool now. He's outside of it. He's outside of it, but he is going to tap it, but it is still shot, and it is now even more buried. Wow. This is going to come down. We are down to the last 2 stones here. Somebody's definitely winning because somebody's definitely scoring. This end is not going to be blanked. That's a true. There's no questioning that. If your Rise of Broomstones skip Eric Johnson, the Shagosaurus Rex, I feel like right now you become a Gardosaurus
best curling
Rex.
dinosaur ever, Tyrannosaurus Rex. On the rocks that he didn't mean to hit.
So we're getting questions.
WRECKS.
Is this the last end? I think this is the last end.
This is the last end.
The last end.
So this is literally Yellow's last stone. They are shot.
Because some people are, is the 7th, 8th?
So
but this is the last end.
Yeah, they had 2 hours to get into the 8th end. They failed to do so they have to stop at 7.
Yeah.
So this is almost certainly a guard, and if he leaves it high enough, it's almost certainly impenetrable.
And, yeah, I mean, if you're shot...
Remember how I said...
Even without
Remember how I said junk it up and all you got to do is get one? This is precisely how you play it.
Yep.
Wide.
This is not going to guard. This ain't guard nothing.
All right,
is it going to hold on? Is it going to chip that red?
No,
in?
it's no.
It did not. Okay.
But I was a little concerned.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the word on YouTube that I was going to use, but.
All right. So, Karl Anderson has a couple of different options.
So the run back red.
He can sufficiently.
Because all he has to do is
all he has to do is get something.
On the red,
not even half. I mean, 3 inches under red is enough. So he's got some options. He could run back the red on this top center line, although that's mostly behind cover. That runs not mostly, about half behind cover. So that runs a risk of chipping off a guard. So don't. He's not going to do that. His options are all draws from here to the right to the left. He's got 2 choices. He could clean draw it and just has to be good enough to get in, or he could use that red that he's got in the 8-foot on the tee and just kiss off it to the inside just a little bit and roll in.
Draw is again right, like
it's a throw in back 8-foot weight.
Or how do you? What's the pro side miss?
The pro side miss is being a little tight as long as you're tight enough to get past that guard.
And I don't think he waited on this. I think he's throwing what we see. It's up late. I think it's hackish. And all he has to do is just hit the inside of that
inside of that red is enough.
Oh, no.
Is he wide?
Oh yeah, he's wide.
But there has been a lot of curl in this period.
Stop sweeping, boys. Stop sweeping.
But on the other hand, also there is an option. There is an option if you can move that in.
It's in. That is
it's coming in. That's
shot,
enough.
And that is the Alex experience.
We have a win. The Karl Anderson experience successfully takes one in the 7th, which is the end of the game, to win that.
Alcafluence wants a measure. Alcafluence really leading into the forward game.
I mean, you can want to measure, but it didn't happen.
I'm going to measure it from here, and it is
one red.
And that is the Karl Anderson experience over the dinosaurs. It's why they went extinct, because they could not draw well enough.
Pretty much. And that is the end of our draw. So they're going to do a pretty quick ice transition here and get the next draw off as soon as they can. I want to say 10:30 probably.
Oh, yeah.
But
we're coming back as soon as possible.
Right. I'm not. I'm done for the night. So have a lovely night, everybody. We will see some of y'all tomorrow.
Aren't we all? Yeah, you have new commentators after.